Carter Granholm.
Granholm.
He burned a guy's dick off with his magical fucking vision.
Why did Carter Granholm do that? Because he wanted to look at dicks.
Because he knew that he had to look at it in order to burn it off.
Yes.
Like, well,
I better get this guy's pants off. So I can look at his dick more than normal. More than usual. More than healthy amounts of looking at dick.
He made a construct that was just hands that unzipped the guy's pants, unbelted the guy's pants,
really trivial use of his superpowers. He made a construct.
Kind of like how the Green Lantern would just make a big fist and punch people.
Yes, except
exactly
more
like
clever, more clever than that.
It's a little more involved. The punching people is a little gauche.
It's bogue.
Totally bogue.
It's totally bogue.
You make fun of the guy, but there are a lot of people in the world that if they got superpowers, they would just use them to look at dicks.
I would punch dicks. I would combine Green Lantern with Carter Granholm to punch dicks.
Some might say that the internet is a superpower.
So some might say that the internet look at dicks. Some might say the internet is really, really great for porn.
For porn.
For porn. What? What?
Why did he say that like Bane?
Why did he say... Well, I didn't know Bane was in Avenue Q. Is that true? Bane was in Avenue Q as one of the puppets?
Bane is a Muppet. Bane is a fucking Muppet.
Name, but I've never actually seen Avenue Q, but wasn't that the fucking Cookie Monster, whatever the fuck his name was, Trekkie? Trekkie. I hate men! What a cunt. She clearly deserved it. Anyways, back to whatever we're here for. I don't know. Back to that.
Carter Granholm.
Carter Granholm.
He made a complicated construct called a hand so that he could unzip a man's pants.
Each finger articulated and able to move independently so that he could unzip a guy's pants to look at his dick so hard that it burst into flame. Just like Superman did to that pregnant woman.
It's liberal. It's extreme. It's Granholm.
Don't you talk about me, you son of a bitch!
Who said that? What is that?
I love how
this throat drop is so delicious.
Delicious.
You
know what's also delicious? The Lightbringer.
The Lightbringer. You know what's really delicious is pulling a guy's pants down so you can burn his dick off
with your magic powers.
Somehow.
One thing I guess I never looked at or cared about or thought was funny, but the cover for Lightbringer published by Steel Dragon Comics, nice, also known as Comic Genesis, I guess.
Nice generic font on there too. The fucking standard.
Yeah, it was like a standard Windows 95 fucking extra stuffed Germanic font.
Holy shit! Like I hate this comic already.
It says here it's an homage. This cover.
Oh.
It just looks like a really shitty DeviantArt, low-rent DeviantArt.
No, DeviantArt is better than...
The cover itself is an homage to the ever-homageable Identity Crisis number 2.
The classic.
Oh.
Which he went on
but it's not number 1, so it's clearly not as valuable as Identity Crisis number 1.
It's only worth $3, not the entire whole 4 that most comics from that era are worth. Worth in giant fucking sneer sarcastic
less David Worth less but yeah, okay, you know what, I do need to do the Clem fight and the Aryan treasure hunt.
You can do Clem. You can play Clem in Warframe while we do the real work of
you guys are forced to look at You're forced to look at the art of the Lightbringer, but make sure you read it to me so I can follow along.
Yeah, let's read this comic to my brother.
But also, it reminds me, we posted one of our videos to Jerk's Discord, and Jerk has a lot of the dumbest idiots ever in his Discord. So somebody's like, it was the one about fucking Tank's new comic. And the fucking guy, whoever the loser in the Discord was like, "Oh, all they're doing is just calling him gay for a half hour. This review is terrible. This video is terrible." And it's like, man, what a faggot.
Yeah, but fucking, isn't that a good? That's technically a more interesting review than any other kind of review.
But just the fact that they're missing the point so hard, it's like, do we really live in such a world of plebs?
Yeah, we do.
Is everyone so beneath us? How am I not supposed to feel superior when everyone is so
This is what
beneath
it's
us?
like to be Q.
Now we know what it's like to be Q in season 1 TNG.
Yeah, fucking the best season of Star Trek: The Next Generation, season 1.
Season 1. The best Q episode.
The best place to
Season
start from watching TNG, of course, is season 1. It's the beginning of the show.
If you want to start watching Star Trek, you should start at the very beginning.
Well, speaking of which, if this in the exact same way, if you want to read The Lightbringer, I was fucking I sort
you
of
have
had
to
a
say it.
passable attempt at an impersonation of Linkara, really Oni's impersonation of Linkara.
The Lightbringer.
And over the past couple of weeks, I've just lost it. So I'm sure I can't fucking.
Partly because our impersonations always sort of end up morphing into Bane.
To burn. To be honest, I don't even have it as Bane anymore. That's too bad.
Well, it's the only impersonation we've ever been close to getting,
Well,
and it's not that good.
here's the important thing, though. I always was curious, what city does this take? Let me zoom in on the actual comic. But what city does this take place in?
I believe this takes place in Pharos City.
Is it Pharaoh City or Pharos City?
Pharos, unless it's French. The S might be silent.
Oh,
Let's assume it's French. Let's assume it's French for them.
Fucking classy shit right there. So
Just kidding.
Here's the thing, though. We're not reviewing this comic. We're just reading it because, hey, why review it when so many other people already have? There's no. I can't even say like, oh, the art's terrible, because of course the art's terrible. It's kind of pointless and redundant to point out or mention the art. I think it's funny that he actually spent some time trying to draw buildings, though.
I could be wrong, but something tells me that Mr. Lovehug doesn't have any formal training in art.
Fucking, I mean, sometimes the most important way to learn to draw is to just practice as a hobby.
Yeah, just
for you.
Just get started. Yeah, that is actually. If there's one thing I could trash him for, it's actually not going to be just that he's like a new artist. He just wanted to get this made.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't fault him for his passion.
Yeah. I can certainly fault him. Like we always say, the real problem always in comics is never bad art, it's bad writing, which most people can't even identify. But we're not even going to do that. We're just going to read and enjoy. So
Enjoy.
Well,
Explore this image.
I mean, you're absolutely right. It's the rule of thumb that good writing can cover for bad art, but bad writing can't. Good writing,
something like that.
Yeah, the thing
But yeah,
is
like
true.
bad
The reverse
art
of it is
fucking
false.
doesn't make good writing better either.
But if I'm not mistaken, this is a very dark and gritty depiction of the depths of human wickedness, and I feel like such a serious storyline is somewhat deflated by the naive art style.
Yeah, that's one thing. One thing,
pulls his soul out.
Everyone wanting to make their first comic always comes up with their super gritty, dark, serious, dramatic, sad. There's going to be people crying and stuff, but they want to draw it and they can only draw like this, and it's like, how do I make this look as serious as I need it to be? And usually that's where people give up or try to find another artist. But in this case, no, just Sargon of Akkad.
You got Sargon of Akkad.
My advice is just skip the gritty stage that you're going through. Just go straight to comedy, you know?
I mean,
you might want to make something that will move people emotionally, make them feel something, right? But, you know, happiness is an emotion too. So
I like being happy. You know, right when, because this is from 2001. Wasn't this when you made that
no, it's
Newgrounds?
from 2006.
Well, shit. Well, I was going to say this is from when Nice Mod was making that Newgrounds video about fucking Linkin Park.
That's right. See, the thing is, though, that was actually fun. I remember seeing that and being like, "This is actually funny." Holy shit!
Well, that's the point. Is that it's just trashing the sad duck.
Well, it was directly parodying somebody else's actual AMV, like an animated Newgrounds AMV.
Yeah.
Of the same song, too. Of
Let's
course,
talk about that instead of this.
Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park, which is a song I had never heard because Linkin Park, of course, is totally gay. Oh no, our entire video is about calling things gay. Ignore everything else we've said and just focus on the 1 second where we said something's gay. Now the entire video is about that. Thanks to, as Jay Sherman once said, the magic of delusion.
I also noticed that we've got some lovely author commentary underneath these images.
Yeah, we'll be ignoring that. And if you read that, I'll be ignoring you.
Some behind-the-scenes details.
Telling you to ignore that.
Like right here, did you know that Mr. Lovehog originally intentioned that Lightbringer would comb his hair?
Oh shit! What?
But he doesn't comb his hair. Whoa!
No, he doesn't comb his hair.
Are you still on the cover? Because I actually went to the next page, hoping you would read it.
Why are we only still on the cover? What the fuck?
So we're looking at the Lightbringer here, the world's first superhero by Louis Lovehog.
Well, he's the first superhero ever.
That was always something. Not to review this, because we're not here to review this, but that always seriously concerned me that the Lightbringer is the world's first superhero.
Did he win really? World War II? Did he fight in and win World War II?
Yes, along with a guy made out of bees.
And a guy with a shield. A guy just carrying a shield and wearing a spangly red, white, and blue outfit going to punch Hitler in the face. That's what won us World War II.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Fucking bag.
So anyways,
Anyway.
This doesn't look like World War II at all.
No, this looks pretty modern. You can tell by the fantastic depiction of the city.
His furniture store, a used furniture store that he works at.
You know what also doesn't get mentioned much? Valentine's Day sale. Should be a time of love. I wonder if we'll see some aspect of that in the comic within the next page.
Could be.
Gonna be seeing a whole lot of love.
Now, when you said read this, did you mean out loud? Just to clarify.
I'll be looking at this, so I am recording the pages. So as you read this, people will be able to also
just read it in your head, and we'll scroll by. And I'm going to be playing Warframe
silently,
so I won't be able to see anything.
Well, no, because there are so many times we have done, usually script readings, where suddenly, for some reason that I can't explain, you would stop reading the wonderful script many times, usually for extended period of time. I would find I would be very resentful of that, but then sometimes you would just start reading the beginning of Lightbringer, and I was like, we should do a video in which you do that.
You know what we should do is have a dedicated video to reading Lightbringer.
A full-on
if
video
you want to read Lightbringer so much.
That is an amazing idea.
We're going to do that then. So, we're going to do that then.
Kind of like in the Galaxy Quest when they broke the Beryllium Sphere. And it's like, oh, we don't know what we're going to do. We're so fucked. And then the fucking engineer, the chief engineer comes on and it's like, They're gonna fucking rig the ship up, travel to this other planet with endothermic propulsion, and then they're just like, "We'll do that."
Yeah, the captain hears all that and he goes, "We'll do that."
Like as if he's really the captain or something.
As if it was his idea.
Like he's making a decision
He's
or
making
something.
command decision.
A command decision.
Sometimes you got to roll the hard 6, you know?
Yes.
So
this cityscape that I'm looking at here has some truly mind-boggling perspective. I just wanted to make a note of that.
Some of it's not even necessarily that bad, but it's also not that good.
Yeah.
Nah,
probably worked for hours and hours on it.
Like it makes sense until you get about 2/3 of the way through the panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's especially off to the sides where things sort of don't disappear. There's no the concept of the vanishing point, which I myself don't even really understand, or I'm not good at. Like along the left side, along
I understand
the top,
vanishing point
kind of
was
works.
a movie. The Vanishing Point was, I think, a Hitchcock movie or something.
No.
Or was it a James Bond movie?
It's a visual concept too, but then just on the right side, it just stops existing. It's like
one of my favorite art concepts for drawing complex art designs is the living daylights.
The wonderful James Bond movie.
View to a kill. There's certainly a view to a kill in this comic.
Yeah, a view askew to a kill.
Pharaoh City.
That's the kind of read we're going to get in this one. Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm afraid that
that was
that I can't do that voice for long, or I'll die. So you're just gonna have to pretend that I'm still doing that voice.
How about if you just do it until you die, and then we'll get somebody else to read?
Okay. I thought I was the only literate person you knew.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What if you just? I mean, it looks like nice and bright in daylight. Why don't you just Pharaoh City? It looks happy.
Pharaoh City.
Wow. Yeah, that works. That's fine.
Planned community.
It started off well enough, a fantastic, peaceful metropolis within the Midwest. But it was almost amazing how quickly it fell apart.
It's the only thing amazing about any of this.
Yeah.
The only one thing we will ever see that is amazing, other than a guy getting his dick burnt off.
and by it falling apart, they're talking about the doorknob on this door, I think.
Fell apart. And
Yeah,
there was a burning garbage
tax.
barrel in the corner, and
The capital
graffiti.
gains tax did not get repealed.
Edgy graffiti.
Mr.
Yeah,
Lee.
it took me a second to realize that these are the same location. At first, like Valentine's Day sale, and then I guess condemned, I think, is what this sign replacing it's supposed to say.
Yeah, let me zoom in real
Who puts up a
close.
sign saying condemned?
I'm sorry, and actually zooming in makes it even harder to read.
You don't put up a sign saying building condemned. You just put up the particle board.
Yeah, the particle board is symbolic for condemned.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Anyways,
that.
also, yeah, we're going to we're going to ignore the commentary below, but I do want to at least point out he excuses his artistic talents as being utter crapitude. So the thing is, I do think it's kind of pointless to be like, the art's really bad, because
it just makes me think of fucking One Punch Man, originally a webcomic.
Yeah.
By a guy who he could only just basically draw basic shapes.
Yeah, that's the thing. The art in that wasn't too good either. But the reason why it took off was because it was actually funny and interesting. So yeah, you can forgive bad art, and I do. I'm not going to be bothered by the art. In fact, I'll be like, you know what? Hey, the art not great, but he is at least aware of that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But
sometimes you just have a story to tell, a really deep and compelling
that's the thing. He doesn't seem
well
to.
thought out
He
story.
clearly wasn't aware of it back then, and he doesn't seem to be aware now that the fucking, like, the name Linkara, which one of the things I forgot, I think I saw this again, I was reminded by the Mr. Medicare video about it, is that Linkara self-insert shows up later in this fucking comic.
Well, I thought his superhero name was Linkara.
Yeah.
I guess it's Lightbringer. I guess.
But also, then
name.
he's like, my real name is Lewis. So it's like, oh no, oh no.
Oh no, oh no. That is a very bad sign.
And I don't think we'll even be getting to that. If we do, we might be here all night. Maybe you're okay with that. I guess we could go all night.
I am. I know I'm okay.
You going to be okay with reading this all night?
Who wouldn't be okay? Who wouldn't be okay with that? I don't know.
There does seem to be a limit. Like, once you get to page 20, it's like, I don't think I can go on any... After the girl on the chain, it's like, I know this comic isn't going to get any better than this. It won't
so many people make that mistake when they... I've seen that we've reviewed and read so many comics now.
I know that Deadwing Dork did this too, by the way. He did a video about this already, and I know we're not going to top that either, of course.
Well, we are going to top that because we're better than everyone.
Well, we'll do that.
Maybe we'll do that.
Maybe even we'll do that. All right. So, have you looked at the new page yet?
I'm on the second page.
You're still on the second page. What is there? What could possibly be more to look at on the second page?
I mean, not including the cover.
Oh, okay. Then we're all on the second page. So what happens? First of all, what is the great hero's name? A hero's name that I think we can agree unironically that we all continue to love to this day.
My name is Carter Granholm.
Granholm. It's not even alliteration, which I have to say I appreciate.
Yeah.
Because that is stupid.
This is better than alliteration. It's also worse at the same time. Carter Granholm. It's the most. It sounds like it should be in a fucking the name of a character in a Mel Gibson movie or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, my name is Carter.
Yeah, but of like a
worst
really hateable
fucking impersonation ever.
A really hateable character though, not the main character.
It should be
but
the
not
name
the main
of a villain
either.
in a fucking Arnold or Mel Gibson movie. It would be the
not
name
the
of a Jewish person in a Mel
main
Gibson
villain.
movie.
See, I've always been partial to meaningful names myself, like Dante DeVille or shit like that, you know. And Carter Granholm just sounds like he needed a name for a character, so he named him after a coworker from the gas station or something like that.
Or the furniture store.
Yeah, the furniture store.
Fucking asshole beat cancer and went back to the carpet store.
Carter Granholm
I
from
can't believe you just
IKEA.
referenced the wonderful classic television, high IQ classic television show, Rick and Morty.
The highest IQ show ever, Rick and Morty.
Damn, it feels good to have a high IQ.
Yeah. This is why we're fucking doing videos about Linkara's comic, The Lightbringer.
Lightbringer, don't talk about me, you son of a
bitch.
The world's first super.
But then there ends up being more, so...
Oh, there's more?
No, I don't see being the first can only make you, like, the lowest quality.
That's right. Other superheroes show up, and I think there's even an implication that they may have existed before the Lightbringer. So that goes right out the window.
He's just straight up lying.
Wow. The title's lying to us.
I have lived in Pharaoh City for 12 years, ever since my parents moved us here in hopes of finding the grand opportunities promised.
So if you could get to reading the comic for us, that would be great.
Okay, the grand home opportunities.
Grand home.
My parents were murdered several years ago. It was declared a mugging, and the perpetrator, suspected to be a gang member, was never caught.
Declared a mugging.
Declared, yeah.
It's usually fucking just like,
like
a mugging.
Like if you get into a car accident, sometimes they declare it a fucking like littering or something. Was this part of the grand opportunities promised? Come here, you might get your parents murdered.
Wow, what a great city.
Like if you're driving down the street and you get into an accident because somebody distracted you by reaching into your pocket to pull out your wallet,
it's a mugging.
Then that's a mugging.
Through the car window.
Really
at
fast.
Least,
If the Flash used his superpowers to fucking grab somebody's wallet right before they crash their car, which I believe actually does in the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Yes. Well, also fucking just, at least this is an original idea for a fucking superhero origin story. Parents killed during a mugging. I've never heard of that before, ever.
Medicare, basically. That's Medicare's line, basically.
Well, on top of the fact that he also has the power to create constructs with his mind out of light using a ring.
Batman can't do that.
Yeah, Batman
Everybody
sucks.
knows. Fucking everybody knows that shit.
I can't take it personally, of course, since not a day goes by in Pharaoh City where someone isn't murdered.
Oh, that's a good
kidnapped.
mindset to have. I don't really care about my parents getting killed. I mean, a lot of other people in the city of hopes and dreams just constantly get killed, so what do I care?
Yeah, my parents' brains were just splattered all over my face, but you know what? I mean, how mad can I be about it? It happened to somebody else the next day, too.
I can't complain.
The person who killed my parents is probably more happy about them being dead than I was happy about them being alive.
So whatever. Wow.
Parents for the new comic by Parents Cuck. Not Bike Cuck, because Bike Cuck is so 2 years ago. Who cares? Or was it 3 or 4 years ago? I don't even fucking know.
27 years ago.
So what else happens? Fucking people are getting murdered or kidnapped or something.
Or raped.
In stark contrast, because unlike the other thing, that last one is cool.
That women are getting enslaved, put on dog collars and leashes.
Which they probably are into secretly. So you can't, I mean, you're not going to kink shame those women for fucking being chained up on a dog collar and dragged into people's furniture stores, are you? That would be wrong.
I sure am.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Because, I mean, at this point, who doesn't know the classic tale of Lightbringer? Everyone knows before it even shows up. It's sort of like it's like The Room, where everyone already brought plastic spoons to throw at the screen whenever there's a fucking scene where photographs of spoons are on screen.
Yeah, even before you start reading, you already know the story because it's basically the monomyth, the hero's journey.
Yes. I believe fucking William Campbell actually wrote specifically about the Lightbringer before this comic ever existed. He was just that much of a fan of Lewis Lovehog.
Yes.
Nice porn name, faggot.
That's why I always think of the hedgehog.
Nasty
hedgehog.
Cock.
Lewis Hedgehog.
Lewis, that's his fucking Sonic OC.
Actually,
Lewis Hedgehog.
Hedgehog is like less pornographic than Lovehog.
Yes. Is there more text in this page?
It's the police I mostly feel sorry for. Most of the citizens have lost hope in them to solve their problems. I sometimes wonder if the cops have lost faith in themselves too, considering the circumstances. The city feels like it's cast in perpetual twilight.
Is that what the story is about? Is the fucking police?
This was back in 2006 when the police were still good guys.
Yeah, before fucking no cops' lives matter or whatever.
A cab, that kind of shit.
All cops' lives don't matter.
Now, the funny thing is, in Batman, part of the reason why crime was so rampant was because all the cops were corrupt and the city government was too. But I guess this is a more original take, actually. So this is better than Batman.
The cops aren't corrupt. They're just sad.
It's way more fucking appealing.
Is it worse than corrupt as being sad?
More-
Maybe.
More relevant is just all the sad cops running around.
A cast, all cops are sad.
The city feels like it's cast in perpetual twilight, always light flowing in around me, but always a darkness tainting it somehow. I don't think I've really seen the sun in years.
Even though the sunlight's out and it's daytime, probably, or it seems like it. You
Yeah,
can't
what
really
is-
tell.
Is it smoggy?
You know, it
Is
might
this-
be night outside. I think that's this yellow square at the top of the panel is a street light. And
Why
that's
would
what
it be
that's supposed to be.
square-shaped streetlight?
Again, it doesn't look that shitty, because that would take a lot more not just drawing skill, but just drawing. It would take more time, and you could tell at some point he's like, I don't want to spend all the time making the pavement look cracked or draw something appearing to be trash on the ground or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do that? Why would you ever do that?
He drew this guy, Carter Granholm,
Carter Granholm.
and that was enough. So he just slapped in a questionable content line tool background and called it a day.
Yeah, so you can't blame him because hey, he admitted his art's bad. He didn't
He
exactly
admitted
admit he's a lazy
What?
piece of shit too.
When people admit that their art's bad, I usually think it's because they're novice at drawing. I don't think it's because he's secretly great at art, but this story he really wanted to get out there, he couldn't be bothered to do good art for it. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like the cleanest street and sidewalk. Nothing looks really that bad, but all the narration is like, gritty, we're all dying, everyone's getting raped all the time.
They're getting raped so much. I got raped twice on the way back from my used furniture store.
Speaking of which, the next
Speaking of
page-
getting raped.
Yeah, he talks about the background in the commentary underneath the page.
Oh,
actually.
Oh, well, then we need to know. We need to know about that.
Oh, boy.
It says here, my first attempt at being artsy while still drawing a semi-decent picture.
Whoa.
Most of the time, you won't see the yellow lines that separate the sides of a road.
What? What? What the fuck did I just hear? I thought he said his art sucks. Now his art is really good?
Now it's semi-decent. It's still
So,
semi-decent.
yeah. So, okay, so the comic is
This
semi-decent.
right here is semi-decent.
The comic
So-
is also semi-decent.
He says it's laziness. Is he a bad artist or is he a lazy artist?
Is he both?
Well, is it clearly more one than the other? I don't know. You know, maybe we can't judge.
I don't know. I mean, I can judge. I can judge all day. They say judgment is reserved for God. So I guess I can judge.
Because we're like God.
We're like Q.
And
We're
the
like Q
fact
from
that
Star
we
Trek
judge
Next Generation.
is what makes us like God.
Q from Star Trek, friendship is magic.
Star Trek. Star Trek.
Wasn't he the fucking big dragon, big colorful
He-
goofy dragon with multiple limbs?
Yeah.
I thought he was the little purple one.
It's the same
No,
damn character.
no, that is Spike. You're confusing him with Spike.
Oh.
Don't get it twisted. That's a different
Don't
character.
get it twisted.
Yeah, Spike is the shitty little punching bag character. We're talking about Q from Star Trek, who
There's only
left Star
two-
Trek to go
There's
live
only
in My
two
Little
main
Pony.
male characters in the fucking entire show. One's the tiny dragon, and the other is Q.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next?
My parents had actually had their hearts set that I'd become an actor. However,
Before they got their
circumstances...
hearts blown out by a mugger, a ruled mugging. Are we going to find out it's like a conspiracy and it was actually the Court of Owls or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
this universe version of the Court of Owls?
Their hearts really got reset by that bullet.
Ha ha. The Joker. They say the Joker just wants to say the N-word.
Fucking that fucking really intense mugging where people were blown in half by fucking sawed-off shotgun. I like that my parents had actually had their heart set. How many more times can you say "had" in a sentence? 3?
Once more?
You gotta be really... None more?
None more times. You know what, though? Before we finish this page, we'll continue with part 2. Like, share, comment, donate to our subscribe star where you... I don't know if we're going to post the rest of these just there or what. But,
yeah, we should make the first part free and the rest should be behind the page.
Yeah, we'll force people to become pigs to watch the rest of this wonderful series, of course.
This is absolute gold.
Lewis Hog. The hog, look out, or his hog of love will get you. But
it's going to burn your dick off.
Yeah, fucking make sure to donate to our subscribe star linked below, or else Lewis Love Hog will come to burn your dick off with this fucking world's
for some. I don't even know why. I don't even know why.
Only he can understand. Only the Love Hog knows for sure. And should have listened to Shitty Web Comics.
It's liberal. It's extreme.
It's me, the Lightbringer.
Man, that was so fast.
Wow. Oh, part 2.
Time just flies while we're having fun.
We're having so much fun. Everyone's going to forget how miserable they are and how much life sucks. Anyways, what page was this? Page 3 or something? I don't really give a shit.
Page 5.
But we were just getting to the part where his parents, Carter Granholm, the wonderful Carter Granholm, his parents had their hearts set on him becoming an actor. First of all, what kind of backstory is that? He was going to be an actor.
They wanted him to go and rape a baby in front of a bunch of Jews so that he could become an actor.
Yeah, how come he didn't do that? It's really tragic how he didn't do that, because both of his parents had their fucking skulls obliterated in a mugging. It was ruled a mugging, how their heads just blew a fucking apart.
You see the way their heads just came apart like that. Ain't nothing better, except maybe a piece of pussy or the Indy 500.
The way that they got mugged so fucking hard that their heads blew.
They got mugged by Doom Guy. He fucking punched.
You gotta be careful with those shotgun muggings. You don't want to hit the wallet by mistake.
Fucking Doom Guy did a glory kill on Carter Granholm's parents.
Pulled their heads in half. Grabbed them by the head.
Their heads like Mortal Kombat style. Grabbed the sides of their heads and just pulled in opposite directions until it split cleanly right down the middle. And then shoved like an Oscar down their throats.
It somehow had an Oscar. That was the ultimate fucking poetic irony of the killing.
Because Carter Granholm, they wanted him to become an actor.
And I like how the last part ended like in the middle of a thought. So we're starting this part with the word however.
Whatever.
However, circumstances didn't allow me to pursue it. Instead, I opened up my own business. It's not the most glamorous profession in the world, but it's honest. Grand Furniture. He sells furniture.
Used furniture.
What were the circumstances?
What were the circumstances? I don't fucking know.
He wanted to be an actor. Those were the circumstances that prevented him from being an actor.
Was wanting to be he couldn't get out to rape a baby on camera. So that they had blackmail.
On the set of Jeopardy. The original 80s Jeopardy, though, before they added all the TVs.
Yeah, if you look at the first panel of page 1, I'm pretty sure Pharaoh City is in Kansas or something like that. So there's not a lot of opportunities for actors.
Why not? Why don't they just move Hollywood out there?
Good idea.
They say that Georgia is like the Hollywood of the East Coast.
That sounds pretty cool.
I think because there's just straight up tax breaks to film in Georgia.
Yeah, they were doing the same thing in a few other states, and I think Georgia just beat everyone else out.
And then, of course, there's Canada. It's like fucking going to set it in Pittsburgh. Actually, the show should be
As
set
long as you
in
don't see the
Canada.
CBC building too closely.
Like, I guess if you film in Pittsburgh, no, we have to film in Canada. Have to.
Now, I guess I'm supposed to assume that this guy at the furniture store in his original Star Trek shirt over here is the same dude from the first page, the same Carter Granholm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Granholm. I mean, yes.
I also like to draw attention to this chair that he's trying to sell.
Well, what about the chair? Don't tell me it's not the best chair you've ever seen.
Just wanted to draw attention to it, that's all.
It's a chair that can seat 4 people without having to turn it over at a gay bar.
Cash or credit card only. They don't take travelers' checks at Grand Furniture.
Or money ordered.
Or rocks.
I guess.
Sadly, though, honesty doesn't pay bills. It also doesn't pay the checks for my employees or the maintenance costs for the business itself. Sales have been
what else though about running a furniture store is he gonna fucking tell us about?
Fascinating.
I can't wait to find out.
I want to know the deep lore of this furniture store here.
Tell us about the rats in the ventilation system that you have to blast with your I-beams.
He burns their dicks off too.
Why is he burning the dicks off the rats?
There's a scene about 800 chapters later, just like in fucking Bad Boys 2, where he watches 2 rats fuck, and then calls his friend up to tell him they fuck just like we do, just as if to say, you and me, my friend, we have sex the same way these rats do. Like how Martin Lawrence actually said that to Will Smith in the motion picture Bad Boys 2.
Martin Lawrence, the actual fucking credible one.
The actual person. He was breaking character. He was breaking the fourth wall.
He's the one whose son didn't turn out to be a gigantic fucking fruit.
So what happens next? I want to know what happens
Sales
next.
have been in decline for the past few years. In fact, this year
I was hoping we get to hear more about the fucking furniture store. I was joking. I was joking. Why are we still hearing about the fucking furniture store? This is great.
This year has been so bad for sales that I've had to take drastic action to keep the business open for my employees.
What kind of action, I wonder?
Does it have anything to do with light constructs, I hope?
Superheroes or fucking muggings? The crime? The endemic crime of fucking Pharaoh City?
This fucking sales graph doesn't make any sense, because, like...
The doorknob that fell apart.
The fucking sales are just going... They go way down, and then they're way up or something. It's like, what happened here?
What the fuck?
And then for some reason in October, they just never do good sales. I guess fucking Halloween is the time you don't want fucking more furniture.
Maybe it's the winter season or something. They just, nobody wants to fucking buy furniture.
The amount of money they were making just in fucking November, it's like $58,000, and it's like, oh no, it dropped to $49,000 just for November. It's like they would make $100,000 a year, or they would make like fucking, I would say fucking easily $500,000 a year just in furniture. I don't think most fucking even high-end furniture stores make that.
And you gotta have the overhead. I wonder, maybe he had to start unscrewing some of the light bulbs to save on electricity.
Oh, that's
is that going to be a plot element coming up?
Yeah, maybe. Let's go to the next page and find out. Oh boy. This is, of course, the best page of the entire comic. Well, one of them.
Serpent.
What?
He's a loan shark, a thief, a murderer, a rapist, and the man I owe money to.
And worst of all, he's a hypocrite. That's the worst
Hope
thing.
your business treats you well, Granholm.
Great.
After all, you've got to pay me back by Friday.
Yeah, he should be hoping that business treats him well then.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to be disingenuous about that.
Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, he's a member of the most organized gang in Pharaoh City. The Slavers.
And to really spell it, here's the thing. Here's where the art is really on fleek, you could say, where it's spelling out how they're slavers and their kind of behavior, because he has a girl on a fucking leash and chain with him as he visits this furniture store.
So it's not just a clever name.
Yes, exactly. It's like the shitty Beatles in Wayne's World. So it's not just a clever name then.
The shitty Beatles. They any good?
They suck. So it's not just a clever name then.
That is a line that flew past me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did. For some reason when I was 10, I just didn't get it.
Just did not catch on.
That went over my dumb fucking 10-year-old head, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of text here. What? Good luck reading all of that. Not that I care.
Oh boy, this comic is already. It's like we were thinking about reviewing some other comic recently, and it was just like,
won't be done
I have
with
a
this
feeling
for
I'm going to get
a long time now.
I'm going to get one page in and get tired of it.
Yeah, I'm already tired of this comic. Why are we reading this? Yeah.
Why are we even reading?
Why are we even reading it all? Yeah.
You're not. I am.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Fucking read all
You'll
this.
have your
comic.
damned money by then, Sir Pant.
Should you really be talking like that to somebody who fucking has a girl on a chain and could probably kill you?
What's the guy who's basically threatening you?
Like he's acting like he's a tough guy or something.
He's gonna fucking demand. He's gonna tell him, "You'll get your damn money when you fix this damn door."
The doorknob just fell right off.
Fucking if I were a gang leader who was dragging a girl on a chain on a fucking leash into a furniture store to get my fucking protection money from a guy, and he says, "You'll have your damned money," if he copped a dude like that, I would probably just kill him. I would kill Carter Granholm here, right in front of everyone, just so they got the idea.
I would punch him once in the face.
I'm not a man to be trifled with.
Punch him once in the face, he'd be dead after that.
His head would blow apart like his friendless father.
Just fucking like in that, whatever the fucking movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger versus the devil. The devil is like, one guy is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have failed you, master," and then the devil just punches him in the face, and his entire head just breaks apart like it's made out of a pie.
Was that Gabriel Byrne, I think?
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne is the devil.
Or like, what about in Demon Knight, like at the beginning, where he fucking punches John Shuck or whatever as the goofy cop, just slams a fist right through his head. Or also the wonderful classic Punisher Warzone, where I think it was that movie's version of Ink. Fucking, he's just a cokehead and gets fucking Punisher corners him and just fucking punches him in the face so hard that his face explodes. It was so great.
His face just collapses.
Yes. It's like, the cocaine use can weaken your sinus cavities. Oh, I didn't know that. It's very
we know that. It's something that's an important lesson.
So what kind of gang is the Slavers?
The Slavers are exactly what their name implies.
Oh.
They kidnap someone in the middle of the night, usually women or young children, and sell them to the highest bidder. Usually it's sexual slavery, but there are plenty of people who use them just as cheap labor.
Is that worse?
Who would want cheap labor from a child? I'm not sure what's worse, the implication that people are using child labor, or the fact that we already have to consider pedophilia child sex slavery pedophilia. Thanks, Carter Granholm.
What about Nike? Nike would want cheap labor from a child, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So the
Do
slavers
we really
on
have
par with Nike.
Do we really have a lot of shoes to sew? A lot of clothing that needs to be fucking.
Or maybe furniture to be built.
Yeah, maybe they're building furniture.
Oh,
Maybe that's a
Then
plot
it would
line
be
later.
okay.
Fucking page 3000.
yeah, children building furniture as cheap labor. That's a pretty good business model, I think.
Can't get much better of business model than free. Free labor.
So this comic is using slavery to really play up how bad the bad guy here is. It's just a terrible.
Yeah, I'm glad we have that. Otherwise, I would be sympathetic towards the bad guy already.
Like maybe he'll kill a dog later or something.
He'll kill a dog, maybe rape it, maybe eat it, maybe all three, and not necessarily in that order.
I think I've only ever seen one webcomic though that had the audacity to take a pro-slavery stance.
Was it Dominic Deegan?
It was Two Kinds.
Those were the only two fucking guesses I could possibly make. Is Dominic Deegan or Two Kind? That's right. Wasn't the Tiger Girl a slave and she liked it?
Dominic Deegan was the one where it was like the positive. They don't talk about the positive benefits of rape.
Yeah, that was the one where some guy had to rape a girl to save her life.
Man, this video is never getting monetized.
No. I was so hoping we would get monetized on this one.
Two Kinds, on the other hand, is the one with the character whose name is slave spelled backwards.
That's so great. That's at least as creative as House Slytherin, where the fucking main guy's name is literally the word snake, but one letter replaced. Very creative. Fucking certainly deserving of being such a popular franchise.
Fucking
not retarded or gay at all.
Fucking things even called Slytherin. It's like, what do you think is going to happen here? But no, they're secretly the good guys.
They're the good guys, right? Oh, no.
Oh.
Where was I? Their organization is almost uncanny in its strength. The few who manage to escape the slavery itself generally end up dead, tracked down by the slaver gangs and used as examples.
I mean, they're slavers, but they don't want this guy's business to go out of sight. They don't want him to lose his business.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
You know,
maybe rape is okay.
There are multiple slaver gangs in this city, and there's one slaver gang.
Yeah, the one that calls themselves the slavers. I bet they're not even the first. Motherfuckers.
But you know, if they're a gang, they can't sue each other for fucking infringement.
They probably sue each other all the time.
That's
the world's first slaver gang.
The fucking world's first slaver gang versus the world's
first. That's what it should have been called. That's what this comic should have been called.
They should have renamed the city to Piss Rape Holocaust. Might have helped get the point across better. Clearly, the FBI and the National Guard don't really have any involvement in this United States city in the Midwest.
Tracked down by the slaver gangs and used as examples to anyone who would try to oppose them.
Whoa.
They don't sell their slaves cheap, usually, so even if someone were to talk to the police, the benefactors of the slaves either hire someone to kill them or use expensive, skillful lawyers to protect the slavers in court.
Expensive, skillful lawyers. Is there another synonym?
Your Honor, my client fucking is it's okay for them to use slaves because they have a medical condition. Right here we have a diagnosis by this doctor, so they need slaves. It's like, oh, okay. The lawyer's just too good. I guess we can't do anything.
Like one of those support animals.
Yeah, as opposed to, of course, again, real life where they just bribe the judges and the police, which is probably cheaper than paying even a mediocre lawyer.
This is my emotional support slave.
And yes, don't worry, she is on a leash.
Yes, don't worry. She's de-beaked and completely harmless. We had her declawed.
We also make sure she's wearing a diaper.
We had her tail docked and her ears are clipped too.
I don't know why we did that, but whatever.
She should be muzzled, but she's very well behaved. They say
She's
that,
great with kids. She's great with kids. She's only mauled a few innocent.
They say
infants.
that they're completely harmless if you raise them right, and so are the dogs.
Look at this piece of shit.
Do you see this piece of shit and then just a big arrow pointing to this girl? Do you see this
white
piece
woman?
Of shit?
A fucking white woman.
They're on their way to hit the white woman extinction button, but they're just stopping by Carter Granholm's furniture store first.
You know what the world really needs besides a white woman extinction button? An other race's woman extinction button. Non-white woman.
Races.
All the other
Were
women.
you about to say something?
What are you doing?
I was about to read this comic.
Why?
What?
This comic sucks. What's wrong with you?
This comic sucks.
Make a compelling argument.
But I was just wondering, what do police even rarely try to do?
So like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're still unsubscribed. I'm sure this is going to be a big hit with all the stupids.
This is really going to bring in the fucking subscribe star backers. We're going to get so rich off of these videos.
I'm going to get so rich making these videos about Carter Granholm. How long have we been going? More than 20 minutes? Let's cut it off here.
20 minutes. We'll go for another 10. I don't care.
I would split them up into 20 minutes. So we have so much
to.
gold.
I want you to know what the police rarely even do, though.
Police rarely even try to hunt them down anymore.
Who cares? I don't give a shit anymore.
Do we really even need to hear that? Did we really even need to know that? I could have just imagined that.
Why are you telling me all this completely superfluous, worthless information? Why are you just doing a huge exposition dump?
We already know. We already know that the police are useless because they're sad all the time.
Everybody knows the worst kind of a police officer is a sad police officer.
They should put lithium in the drinking supply to make the police happier.
They have no morale. And you can't fight crime without morale.
You can't fight City Hall.
Two things: morale and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and don't even talk to me until I've had at least one of those.
The fucking coffee cup has the lines on it.
Yeah,
the top is shh, and then the fucking second line is a little more, there. And the third line is now you can talk to me.
Now you're allowed to talk to me.
That's the best kind of coffee cup.
All the police officers at the station have that mug with the lines on them, and they say that wonderful, hilarious, goofy joke on it.
Isn't that nice?
Dad.
I'm slightly curious, though, what happens to family members of the officers.
What happens to Family Guy?
Since family members of the officers then get kidnapped
what happens to Family
used.
Guy? I don't know.
Luckily, there is one.
By the lieutenants and leaders of the gang.
Oh.
If they have no family...
We're never getting through this fucking comic. We're never going to even get to the part where he becomes a superhero. The fucking rate this is taking.
This comic literally is just going to end with the part where he runs away from a rape. And it's like, I guess that's the whole comic.
The end.
The end.
There's only about 6 million more pages.
Not to spoil it for anyone who's like, oh, what happens next? He runs away from a rape.
Yeah.
The officers themselves are either taken or killed.
Why not just bribe them? I mean, I guess it's technically cheaper to kidnap them.
Technically, costs less to just kill them. Wouldn't you just rather kill a police officer than having to pay them? I know.
If you were in a slaver gang.
I know I've considered what would happen if I ever got like some kind of speeding ticket or parking ticket.
Yeah, would just
It'd be like, just
machine
be
gun the
cheaper.
police officers.
It would just be a bullet would be cheaper. So anyway, very pro police here. But anyway,
I look at this girl and try to avoid thinking about what these people have done to her. I try not to think about the fact that she probably has a family that can't find her. I try not to think about any of these things, and as a result, all I can think is that she's older than what Sir Pant usually prefers. God, look at her fucking eyes just bugging out of her head.
so are you saying that the anime style, or oops, did I spoil that?
No, it's like
Spoiled
her
that
eyes are all bloodshot and stuff. She may be on drugs.
They got her hooked on drugs.
And thus the introduction of the first villains our hero must contend with. Wow, what a great introduction. He's like
Why
proud
is
of this.
This fucking comic is taking forever.
He's
This comic
actually,
is like life.
it sounds like even though he was making excuses for his story, he's still clearly invested in his own story. He's like, yeah, I know the art's really bad, but look at this incredible storytelling I'm laying out here.
Or fucking Oni Plays video where it's like, oh, it's my crappy webcomic. And it's like, you apparently didn't
You don't think
it
it's
was
that crappy?
Didn't think it was too crappy back then.
I like how the next page has Rambo at the beginning.
Rambo's in this. Damn.
At least in silhouette.
I already like this better.
Maybe that's a poster on that he keeps on the wall of his furniture store because he likes Rambo.
Along with a very pertinent thought message next to it.
Although there was little proof of it, it was suspected that a member of the slavers was responsible for murdering my parents. Well, now we know why he's being rude to the guy.
Being
That's
so
the
rude.
only good reason. Otherwise, it'd be completely unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
His
I mean,
behavior is
there's-
just, it's not good customer service.
Yeah, and as we know, customer service is the most important
Yeah.
thing you can do in a comic.
If a gang member comes in with a girl on a leash, you better still be nice to him because he's the customer. Customer's always right, you know.
He wants a hot dog.
Yeah, you're a hot dog vendor, and he wants a hot dog. You better give it to him.
In this case, a hot dog is your cock.
if you've got
Good to hear. It's
dirty
been so
cock
long.
slut.
It's been so long. I've forgotten what the last part of this conversation was.
Yes.
You'll have your damned money by then, Sir Pant. Okay. Good to hear. After all, you certainly wouldn't want any of your employees to become acquainted with my organization, would you?
Guess not, but it sounds like it's good business. I mean, he's already acquainted with the organization if he's fucking dealing with these guys, taking their money, having to pay them back. Pretty acquainted.
I gotta say, this dialogue, not great.
Dialogue, not great. This narration, not great. This story, not great. This webcomic, not great.
The person
This
who makes
art.
it, not great.
But it's okay because Oni Plays does a really good impersonation of him.
Which pisses him off for no reason.
Fucking absolutely infuriates him that he does an impersonation of him. Don't talk about me, you son of a bitch.
He's literally saying to Sir Pant, "Don't talk about my employees, you son of a bitch."
It's me, the Lightbringer.
The Lightbringer. He's actually, his hand is glowing with rage, but he's not going to do anything, even though he probably could.
He could go to the police. What the fuck?
He could use his light
Fucking
powers to
asshole.
go to the police.
You could go to the sad police.
Yeah, and try to
The
cheer them
sad-
up. Use his complex constructs to make a happy, fun clown balloon to cheer up the police.
Welcome back, police streamers, banners.
You don't have to remind me, Sir Pant. I said you'll get your money, and
He's
you
referring
will.
to him as Sir. It's very respectful, always referring to the man as Sir Pant.
Well, then, I'll leave it to you, Granholm. Still, if you should decide not to pay, that one woman who works here on Wednesdays would be an excellent addition to my harem.
I'm loving these voices, by the way. I gotta say, this is why we want you here for this.
Oh, I see. Oh, his hand just vibrates with rage until it becomes white hot.
Kind of like the Flash, he has the ability to vibrate
with the power to kill these people if he really fucking felt like it. But he just doesn't feel like it, and he's a coward.
I don't feel like it either. But that's not what the story's about. He is a giant.
I mean, at this point, he really might as well be a member of the gang. He's so complicit in their crimes.
Yeah, he's paying them money. He's essentially working for them now. Why would he borrow money from them? I guess his lifelong dream was to open up a fucking furniture store because he had to borrow money from the fucking people who have slaves and carry women around on leashes.
To rape.
He really needed to do that, apparently.
And offering to rape some of your employees, too.
Guy's gonna rape some of your employees. Man, women, why would anyone be a woman? It must be like China, where it's just like, if you have a fucking girl baby, you just fucking throw her in the river.
I gotta say, the choice of Comic Sans for the font of all of the buttons and the text and the dialogue, the dialogue and the narration captions all at the same time, kind of ahead of its time, because by this point people were talking about how much Comic Sans was a terrible font. But you're not going to shake the love hog.
So ahead of his time, just fucking looping back around.
When I was 7 years old, a family picture was taken. My parents got mad.
Holy shit. This is a new change. A new twist.
At least he's not talking about his fucking business model for his shitty furniture store.
We'll get back to that, I'm sure.
Hopefully as soon as possible.
Hopefully.
My parents
about family pictures.
My parents got mad because my part of the picture had an unusual white glow around it. We didn't take a lot of pictures in my family, but any that featured me always had a strange glow around me.
I wonder if they ever fucking demanded a refund from the fucking developers. I remember we actually did that. We fucking had a bunch of film developed, and it's like, oh, I think it was pretty common that sometimes a film just won't come out right or something. So they gave us our money back, and we're like, oh, we got all the money back. How about we buy a bunch of candy in this store now, this fucking pharmacy, with the fucking money we just got back? And the lady who's working at the development place is like, are you sure your mom would be okay with that? And we're like, yeah, sure. Yes, she would be.
And she was not.
No, she was pissed off, but man, that candy was good.
It was worth it. I mean, we kind of needed candy to actually eat to survive.
Yeah, we needed food, and we didn't know much else about food. So it was like, oh, candy. Great. That's what Mom was pissed off about, was that we were able to fucking feed ourselves. It's like, what the fuck? We're supposed to be starving. So anyway.
Well, I mean, it doesn't specify here who Carter Granholm's parents got mad at. Maybe they got mad at Carter Granholm.
They beat him with a belt. They beat him with a shoe.
Stop glowing every time trying to take a
feeling that's the implication, is that his parents got mad at him for glowing in the pictures.
You fucking CIA N-word.
Yeah. What are you, some kind of CIA agent? They tried to run me over with their car.
Mom and Dad, I'm CIA.
A few years later, I learned that I could look at light and change its direction.
Wow, you can look at light. He could look at light. Big fucking development here. Looking at light.
He could change its direction, though, which implies that he literally has the capacity to fucking bend the space-time continuum or something.
Or he's got a mirror or something. Or just, I have a prism in my pocket. It's one of those little glass prisms. Look, it makes a rainbow thing.
Wonder if he's damaged his eyes from looking at light.
I just hit mastery rank 30.
Well done.
Good job.
Focus it even into beams that could burn anything it touched. After some practice,
Anyone's dick.
After some practice, I learned how to change how powerful the beams were. I even learned how to create the light on my own without an external light source.
So the
This
whole
is-
origin of discovering his powers completely skipped and dumped
This
into
is
a fucking
this is
narration
this
box.
is the most boring version
God.
of an origin story I have ever fucking heard.
It was in its wall of text too. We don't even get to
Yeah.
see it. All we
Yeah.
get to see is this shot here of Carter Granholm fucking looking at his glowing hand like he's so fucked up like Shinji Ikari.
he was
So-
just
this
jacking
is
up,
so fucked
thinking
up.
about that girl on the chain.
He'd have to draw it then.
Yeah, he would
He'd
actually have to draw
it.
that.
I mean,
though.
what are you asking him to do? You want him to actually draw something?
But then
He's-
also he would
he's
have to
too
at
busy.
least write it.
He's too busy
Put it that
reviewing
way.
comics about trucks. Robots, coins, Amazons, and trucks.
Linkara is a gay
The
fuck.
thing that really creeped me out was when I figured out how to make the light solid. I couldn't create something alive, of course, but the ability to create a glowing object out of thin air was weird to a little kid. The constructs didn't last long before they fell apart, usually depending on the size of the object. I kept it from my parents, of course, since I was afraid they'd think I was a freak.
Until
As
they
if
fucking
ruining
got
every
their head
family
blown off.
photo wasn't bad enough.
Ruining every family photo with a small fucking distracting blemish on the picture. You motherfucker. You dirty motherfucker. How dare you?
Except if they had known, maybe I would have been there with them when they needed me. Maybe I could have saved them from what fate had in store for them.
So did fate have something in store for them, or did they just get killed by muggers?
He's so sad.
He's an honorary police officer in the city. He's a sad police.
The sad police.
He's part of the sad patrol.
That old classic Metallica song, "Sad Patrol,"
My
from the
favorite
Black
Metallica.
Album.
My second favorite Southern rock band, Metallica.
They're above Leonard Skinner, of course.
Nobody's above Leonard Skinner. Come on, you fucking joker. You joking around, you pranker.
The
You're
prank.
the prankster.
He wants to say the N-word.
Everyone wants to say the N-word.
Now Carter is
but
in
nobody
the
does.
desert.
He put his coat back on.
Yeah, is Pharaoh City supposed to be like Las Vegas or something?
I think it's supposed to be in Kansas or something.
I just automatically assume it's Las Vegas.
Standing next to this green refrigerator in the middle of the desert.
That's exactly what this looks like. I mean, maybe that's what it is. I'm not saying that it's not.
Fucking jerk.
I like
However-
this page, though, where he describes about passing a fist.
Pass a fist.
However, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. My parents would have hated me for life if I had saved their lives like that.
I'm sure
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm
Absolutely
sure
true.
they would. I'm absolutely certain of that.
Yes. I mean, I hate him, and he didn't even save my life.
He didn't even save my life.
I hate him for ruining all of his family photos.
Yes. But I mean,
what does
if,
he
if,
deserve?
if your parents are going to hate you for anything, it'd be for saving their lives from a mugger that was going to kill them. Sure.
And then
Absolutely.
next up is ruining family photos with a tiny blemish in the corner.
A little
Ti-
lens
ti-
flare.
A tiny blemish named Carter Granholm.
Fucking that motherfucker.
They were both devout pacifists, thinking that no problem could be solved through violence.
So they're Christians. Sounds like their Judeo-Christian values would prevent them.
Obsessed with Judeo-Christian values.
They became obsessed with Judeo-Christian values, and then they also had sex with Mr. Feeney from The Graduate.
They jacked off to Mr. Feeney's feet. Anyways, let's see. I was eating up some pizza this time. Symbolic? No.
I have to get out of the chair soon. How long have we been going?
Oh, 38 minutes? Yeah. You know what? We'll continue off. Like, share, uncomment, sure to listen to Shitty Webcomics.
They are a YouTuber who is the one who's popular.
So far, this is genius.
Yeah. Part 3.
So far, this is genius. Part 3. So far, this is genius.
Yes. Here, I'm going to wash my hands while you continue to read this wonderful comic.
We're only 4 pages in. This is like the wall of the front-loaded wall of text that every comic needs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. This is what happens also when you don't fucking edit. Don't even edit fucking comics, you motherfucker.
Sir Pant.
Sir Pant. The pant to fucking surpass all other pants.
The leader of pants. That's what the name of the gang should have been. The Pants. Anyways. It wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
They're both devout pacifists.
They're both devout pacifists. Thinking that no problem could be solved through violence. They thought that if only people approached one another with an open hand instead of a closed fist, everyone would make friends instead of enemies. And in the end, their philosophy got them killed.
He's so bitter about the fact that they got mad at him for ruining all the family photos. It's like, you're mad at me for ruining the family photos? Well, you got killed because of your beliefs. What a dick. I mean, he's probably right. Maybe his parents really did deserve it.
He wasn't there, though, was he? He says he wasn't there, or else he might have been able to save them with his weird light shit, but he wasn't there, so he doesn't even know what happened.
But also at the same time, it's like, if he was there, would he even know how to use his fucking powers? Because when did he fucking... He said he learned about them before his parents died, because it's like, oh, I didn't want to tell my parents, so he could have saved them, but he also is standing over their deathbeds at some point. I don't know.
As I stood over their deathbeds,
Oh.
I vowed to stay true to pacifism. However, to pray, hope, and try to oppose violence in any and all situations.
Oh.
It's why I've never hit the slavers for their threats against the people I care about. Why I had to ignore all the horrible things they do and display to the world. It doesn't mean I don't still get angry, though. My powers seem to spark whenever I get mad. I need to be careful, though, to ensure that I don't let anyone see them, particularly the slavers.
Can you do this in the Linkara voice? My powers seem to spark whenever I get mad. I don't think... My Linkara voice really sucks, to be honest. I'm sure none of us can actually do the Linkara impression. I wish that the Oni Plays guy, whoever, would read this comic with a Linkara impression, but if they saw what I could do, they'd kidnap one of my employees, try to force me to do things for them. I don't know if that's probably shitty, but I know it's not as good, nearly as good as the Oni Plays guy. He's the guy who is Re. He's
the guy who is Re, and he does a perfect impersonation Fucking,
He does a better impersonation of Linkara than Linkara's voice is at talking.
Mm-hmm.
because he fucking drops the stupid lisp.
Yes. The worst
But
part.
the worst part, the text is small and it looks more like it says, but the worst fart.
Yeah, it does. That's one of the wonderful things about the wonderful font Comic Sans MS. I did zoom this in. I'm actually viewing this at zoomed, I think, 175. Yeah, I could view this at 200% too. That seems to work.
But the worst fart is that if they ever did try to do something like that, they wouldn't be able to force me to do anything for them, because instead, I'd probably...
Suck the dicks.
I don't want to think about what I do to them.
Suck the dicks.
Suck their dicks. He's
He
gay.
does-
Are you?
he does
Are you
want to
gay? He's a pacifist.
Are
Are
you a
you
faggot?
gay?
Good-natured ribbing between between your teachers. I love it. I'm not joking. I really hate queers. That's from
So what-
Strangers with Candy.
Here's the thing: is I missed all that stuff that you
I guess you
read
got to read
already.
it again. I don't know.
I guess you'd have to. We have two options. Either you can go and read it all again, or we could just skip it and pretend like it didn't matter.
Yeah, pretend like it was completely irrelevant and that we don't care.
Was there a problem with the recording?
No,
No,
my
I was
brother
out of the
just
room.
out of the room for a minute.
I had to get up. I had to get up out of the chair.
Well, why don't you just listen to it when you're editing?
Nah, you should just read the whole thing again.
No, you know what I say? I vote for just continuing to the next one. I guess you're the tiebreaker.
You know, you're
though.
right. You know, you have a point.
Pharaoh City. It started off well enough. A fantastic, peaceful metropolis.
No.
The beginning of this comic is so bad. It's not very good.
We have to read it
What
three
about-
more times.
We were
What
just getting
about
to
the
this hot
middle
rape,
and
though.
the end?
Yeah, we're just getting to the hot rape. Come on, we can't hold off
Hot
on
Rape
hot rape.
magazine, just like in Teen Titans.
Oh boy.
Team Titans.
Help! Someone help me!
What the fuck kind of voice was that?
It's
Sound
a
like
lady
a
getting
guy.
That was
That's not the.
that's exactly what this specific woman sounds like.
Oh, you know you're
Sounds
right.
like a guy pretending to be a woman.
You're fucking breaking kayfabe now. You're pulling away the curtain.
Good thing.
I like how Mr. Lovehog has censored this swear here, you know, because swear words are too mature for this comic.
This is a family webcomic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
this-
rape and slavery.
This is
Slavery,
general-
all the child, girl, slave, sex slaves.
general audiences.
It's for kids. Kids need-
Shut your fucking mouth! Please, I need help!
Actually, saying the fucking part makes this so much more gritty. It makes the story better, in my opinion.
He shouldn't have censored it. That was a mistake.
Yeah, a catastrophic blunder on Love Hog's part.
I
Love
don't know
Hog.
why did he do that?
This here's the part that's pretty much everyone's favorite scene in this comic, though.
I
always wondered if
ran.
there was something better than this.
I ran as quickly as I could after I saw it. I was almost hyperventilating as I tried to push out the screams for help from my mind. No matter how far I ran, they were always there, scratching at the back of my thoughts and overwhelming my reason and sanity.
So he goes.
Damn it. Why did I have these abilities? I never wanted them, and I sure as hell can't do anything useful with them.
He sure can.
I ran as quickly as I could back to my apartment and gasped for breath during the entire run. My body ached. It wasn't used to sudden jolts like this, but I knew I had to get out of the streets, get away from the screams.
Wasn't used to exercise and running.
Gotta work on your cardio, buddy.
Yeah, loser.
But as I ran from the woman and her screams, a new voice entered my mind. The voice was of my mother, telling me how one should never fight evil with violence, since it only fueled the evil and made it stronger.
That might be the dumbest part. What a perfect way to end the
end.
The end. I can't believe that's where the comic ends.
He just gives up. He quits. He uses his fucking lightbender powers to fucking stack furniture.
That's
and
the Lightbringer, the world's first superhero.
He uses his light bending powers to fucking continue to pay off rape gangs. The end.
He pays them in light bucks. He fucking generates money from his hands with the power
charges
of
the fucking generators of their fucking tenement slums and shit.
He charges all their phones, and so they pay him. They work on they reduce some of the debt based on how much he recharges their phones.
Yes, he's like, oh, thanks. We'll take $5 off of your fucking monthly payment of $200,000.
It's like Racketeer or whatever.
Yeah, it's just about you gotta fuck over people as much as you possibly can. So
as I ran, it seemed as though the rest of the city had been emptied so as to allow me to get back home as quickly as I could.
Oh, what a coincidence. That's a little suspicious.
He's trying to justify the fact that he doesn't want to draw any more fucking people.
He has never drawn any cars or anyone else on the street ever. So
empty.
There are no cars because they all got stolen.
All the cars got stolen and
nobody's gonna
it's scrapped.
It's like, why would anyone have a car radio if they just all get stolen? Somebody's gonna just steal your car stereo. Why have one?
It's sort of like in a New York Story where Colin Quinn explained that people would put like no stereo as a note on their car, and the fucking carjackers would actually look at it and be like, oh, this one says no, put the crowbar
no
away.
radio.
This one says no stereo. It's like, oh, okay. They would actually ignore cars that didn't have a stereo.
And corresponding with my mugger.
I can't remember seeing a single car or person as I fled from my own conscience. I don't even remember going into my apartment. My mind was completely out of focus and I couldn't take it anymore.
You didn't have to draw him going to his apartment either, man. That is really lazy.
Wow.
The funny thing is, there is no justification for him just running away. It's not like, oh, he's around the other gang members and all that shit. It's like, if there was ever a point where he would be like, you know, this time I'm going to do something. But instead, no.
At the very least, this is usually the moment in any one of these stories where they start using their powers to save somebody.
Yes.
Like this is typically the point in any story where you would get that.
That's the thing. I think Love Hog here wanted to be original. He wanted to take it in a new direction that you've never seen before.
It's a more gritty, realistic direction.
Yes.
Before he can fight crime, he has to overcome his own cowardice.
The inner Jew.
But also his parents teaching him to be a pacifist. He has to throw away his dead parents' fucking last wishes.
His
to be
stupid idiot failed parents.
His dumb gay, probably boomers. Ugh. These fucking boomers.
Undeniably boomers.
They're just the worst pieces of shit. Anyways.
Motherfuckers. But yeah, the thing is the fucking...
We have to at least get to the part where you burn someone's dick off before we quit.
Normally, it's
fucking... I try to throw up to release the stress I'm feeling.
Normally, this would be on page 2, though. All this stuff would have happened on page 2.
Yeah, it should have.
This is what, page 7?
Mm-hmm.
That was like page 10 or something.
Because we got like 4 solid pages of text, wall of text, exposition, fucking... We need to really know stuff about that fucking furniture store.
Yeah, I bet he drew this comic with the expectation that, you know, I could get this printed and sold as an actual
Maybe I can get a tie-in with other furniture stores.
Why doesn't this clown have a reflection in the mirror?
Because he's
He's
fucking
a vampire.
His light powers are making their mirror too bright.
Oh no.
He
even
can
says
bend
here,
the light.
world is
It's
right.
one of his
Nothing's clear.
superpowers. It's one of his
Bending the
superpowers,
light around the mirror
so that people's reflections don't show up. It's incredible.
so that it doesn't reflect anything at all.
It's going to pay off really big in one of the later issues.
It doesn't, though.
But nothing's happening. Nothing feels straight anymore. Nothing's clear, and everything's tilted slightly.
I don't know if anything was straight.
Nothing here was ever straight.
I don't even remember anything being straight.
The world isn't right.
All right.
Now there's a reflection, though.
The face in the mirror has no comfort to offer me. All I see is the man who could have done something, but did nothing.
All I see is a faggot.
And he's right.
He's right.
You know he's right.
I like how the hair in the reflection is parted on the other side. That's a nice touch.
That's a good continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Proper art continuity. Even though it should be parted on the other side so that it matches. Instead, it's fucking...
He should part his hair on both sides.
What else?
Is this the face of a coward? Yes.
Yes.
True face that I try to hide behind a face of detached angst.
No. It should be angst, but that is, you can tell that is how he would definitely pronounce it. That's how Carter Granholm chooses to
If Oni Plays was going to do an impersonation of Carter Granholm, that's how he would say it.
No, it's not cowardice. Yes, it is.
It is.
I understand now. May God help me looking at this face and thinking of everything that has happened to me, happened to my city. I can see it all so clearly now. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry, but you were wrong. You were completely and utterly wrong. You shouldn't have beaten me for the family photos.
His mom and dad thought the world was flat. They're flat earthers.
You were wrong.
They thought 9/11 was holograms. It was a hologram of a jet on a missile. No, Mom and Dad, you were wrong. You were always wrong.
Evil. I skipped a line. 1 cannot stop evil with pacifism. Evil doesn't feed on violence. It feeds on indifference. Evil feeds on pacifism. It feeds on people not doing anything to stop it.
And when people do faggots while you're at it, I guess. Holy shit.
Evil is allowed to continue its business. A person must not bow to evil, nor can he allow himself to not fight back.
Basically, his parents were evil.
And yeah, the description underneath just goes further into that and being like, it's fucking, it is.
Here's the second reason I was referring to earlier. I truly believe that pacifism doesn't work to stop evil. Now, that doesn't mean that I support violence in every situation where there's a perceived evil. For instance, violence was not going to remove the British Empire from India.
It could have, though, really, to be honest.
Yes, that was actually one of the things Gandhi himself admitted, or he proclaimed the greatest evil that the British Empire was guilty of was disarming the Indian people of their weapons.
Getting rid of their guns, specifically.
Look at these hands on this next page.
Oh, those hands. Look at those hands.
Wow.
I mean, he can't draw, so he's not going to be able to draw hands, of course, so I don't really have much expectations.
It's like he threw 2 dead squids into his sink.
That was his fucking. That's what he traced. He fucking.
He looked at his hands and then drew what he saw.
He traced a photo of a turkey and then removed the beak and legs.
It was a turkey for some reason. Instead of tracing his hand and then making a turkey, he traced a turkey and then fucking turned it into the hands of his character.
It's a fresh original take, actually. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. This is a pretty genius comic.
I love the speculation of where he may have gotten his powers out of nowhere here.
I have in my hands the power to change Pharaoh City, and I will change it. I don't know where I got these abilities. Maybe my parents used to live by a chemical plant. Maybe aliens altered my DNA as a precursor to invasion.
Maybe I ate paint chips as a kid and we lived under power lines.
Lived under power? Did you live under power lines? Ha ha ha. Why?
Maybe I drank toxic waste for fun and forgot about it when I was 2 years old.
He was bitten by a radioactive beam of light.
Unless he's reading comics, why is he even coming up with these suggestions?
Yeah.
I was changed by aliens. Why? Why would you even think that aliens had anything to do with it? It's like assuming that you're half Atlantean or something.
Yeah,
Maybe I have these powers because I'm actually half human and half fish person from Atlantis. Maybe I could talk to fish if I tried or something.
Maybe like, I'm a full-blooded Aryan, so I naturally have these kinds of powers as the part of the master race. That's basically what he's implying here. He's a,
or you might as well. You might as well just think that. There's no reason to think any of these other
just
things.
the Ubermensch, and everyone else is inferior to me.
There's no reason for him to even consider any of this other shit.
Yeah, he should do that.
Why doesn't he just shut up?
When he mentions his speculations on where his powers come from, it draws attention to his lack of a proper origin story and makes it seem relevant.
Yeah, it comes off a little goofy, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You should be doing all of his fucking dialogue in the goofy voice instead of the fucking pseudo Batman.
I don't know where
or
our
maybe
copies are
God decided that the human beings needed a new weapon in the fight against evil, and decided I would be that weapon.
I like this voice a lot more.
You should, yeah. It should be kind of like the voice of it. It's like the male version of fucking what's her face from Literally.
Oh, Helen.
Helen from Literally, just always talking in kind of the nerd lisp, but also like he's got braces.
He's got braces, regardless of the reason.
I knew a girl who worked at a comic book shop who basically was just exactly like that.
Annoying.
Just braces and fucking annoying that she talked with a nerd lisp. I don't know what is with the nerd lisp.
The nerd lisp.
Supposedly, fucking being molested as a child can make you autistic.
It can give you the superpower of autism. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Autism is a superpower.
But what happens next in this comic?
Regardless of the reason,
voice. No.
Regardless of the reason, I have these abilities, and I will use them. My beautiful city is in the hands of these monsters, and I will not let them keep it. I know what I have to do, what I will do.
Burn off a guy's dick.
Burn off a guy's dick.
So what's this guy's name again?
My name is Carter Grant.
Grant. Where does he live, though?
I live in Pharaoh City.
Oh. Those are great names.
What about his carpet shop? Or it's not a carpet shop.
The fucking carpet store. He beat cancer and this asshole goes back to work at the carpet store.
Pharaoh City has been corrupted. Evil has taken hold of it. Criminals no longer fear conducting their business in the light. I will make them afraid of it again. Oh, I get it. He's like a reverse Batman.
Reverse Batman.
It's Batman, but he's got the powers of the Green Lantern.
He's the light instead of the dark.
The Light Knight.
Not
the Night Light or the Dark
Light
Knight.
So you plug him into a wall, so when you go to sleep, you can still see.
It's just fucking. Yeah, Lightbringer also kicks him in the stomach, punches him in the face before burning his dick off.
Oh boy.
Is that coming up? Did we miss that part? What's going on?
No, we did not.
This is their city no longer.
This guy's pointing an ice pick at her.
What am I looking at here?
He's pointing an ice pick at this woman.
That's a woman?
Well, it's a person, I guess. I think it's supposed to be a woman.
Person, woman.
All right. And we got Pow and Thump and Fizzew. As he punches the guy, kicks him in the balls.
So he has the powers to fucking make constructs out of light, and he's just punching the guy. Not even with his powers, just with his actual hand.
Sissy slapping the fucking guy.
Although they can stand in day, evil will cower in fear of my light.
Will it?
So why are they able to stand in day?
Don't worry about him. He'll be fine, although he certainly doesn't deserve to be.
So he didn't do anything? What?
He blasted the guy with a laser beam.
You would think the guy would be less than fine. He doesn't look fine.
But he said that he learned how to adjust the power of his light beams.
That's supposed to be smoke coming from his chest, by the way. This is meant to indicate that Lightbringer can control himself and he won't be a killer. Sorry, Manhunter fans. I don't like people who are supposed to be superheroes and yet still kill people. That's the game of the villain, not the person I'm supposed to root for.
So he's talking about how he's against pacifism, but he's like, but also don't kill anyone. It's like, okay.
He's against pacifism, but he's for pacifism.
He burned a hole right through this guy's trench coat.
Fucking sliced him in half.
This great first reveal, though, of fucking Lightbringer.
It's so right now.
He's already got the fucking
darkness.
He's already got the fucking outfit, though. Where did he fucking rip apart some furniture to make his outfit?
Into the light. You know what I think? I think that his outfit is a light construct, and he's actually naked right here.
He's completely naked.
He's not wearing any clothes.
Here's the thing that's confusing, though. Written by Lewis Lovehog, pencils, ink, and coloring by Ted Sage. But didn't he say in the earlier things that he's like, my art isn't really good? And it's like, so Ted Sage is just you?
It's pronounced Sage.
Sage. You know what? Yeah, that's the thing, is that he never explains that Ted Sage is just him, though. He says, he's like, oh, I did this with the fucking art. My art's not very good.
Well, wait, maybe if I scroll down, there's no fucking info.
Yeah, for fucking 2, where still says Lovehog and Sage.
But there's no post-page fucking screed about, like, on another note, right around this time, PaintShop Pro decided that its text function didn't want to work anymore. It crashes the program whenever I click it. So now I'm making the text in Photoshop. It takes me a few pages after this to get a new size for the text in just... okay. All right.
Yeah, is this really that? Is this a fucking... This is going to explain why your comic is so bad, is because PaintShop Pro wasn't doing text right anymore? Is that a fucking explanation that's gonna fucking make everything make sense?
That's why Tales gets trolled. Has so many fucking errors.
Comic is just putting us to sleep. Here though, we'll continue. Maybe we'll continue off. I don't know, or maybe this is the last part. You know, I want to do at least one more part, because usually nobody gets past that fucking opening chapter. Yeah, because it's so bad.
Although I have to bring up, I mean, like, he has the ability to apparently just laser enemies. He can already laser people into unconsciousness, so why didn't he do that in the previous one?
Yeah, he could have just done that over and over again and be like, I don't know what happened. I think a fucking a live wire zapped these people.
There's no weakness to his power, so why the fuck did he run away the first time?
When he
Because he's done.
When he was over his parents' deathbed after they got gunned down in a filthy alley by a mugger,
which he wasn't there for.
Which he wasn't there for. They took them to the hospital. He went to the hospital to see them on their deathbed, and with their dying breaths, both of them in unison said, "Carter Granholm, violence is not the answer.
Be a pacifist and never do anything about this.
Never ever stand up for yourself.
Be a complete doormat. Open a furniture shop and become in debt to literal rapist gangs."
I'm not seeing any more info.
Basically, when they beat him for ruining the family photos, they were training him his entire life to never stand up for himself.
But they were beating him like a fucking rug. They were hanging him by his feet from the ceiling and
Just
taking
like
turns baseball batting him.
That he sells in his carpet store.
The fucking very tasteful rug. These Persian carpets. Anyways, that's about a half hour for this, so we'll we should have one more part, and join us next time. Should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.
Throw him out in the cold. Don't give him his jacket. Don't give him.
Continuing off this, possibly the last part of our coverage of Lightbringer, our live reading of Lightbringer, the classic.
It's important, important deconstruction. Finally, somebody's going and doing it.
I can't believe it took this long.
Man, these streets are so clean, and then there's just like an entire field of grass next to this skyscraper.
Well, we better hurry, because we got 14 more issues to get through.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Lots of good shit. So, here, I'm already on the page, the fucking next page. With the news report.
Apparently, the first two chapters are "Let There Be Light," parts 1 and 2.
So such a good title, he had to use it both times.
Lovehog titled his opening Lightbringer story. He named it after a quote from God.
Good job, God.
Right out of the Bible.
Mm-hmm. By Louis Lovehog and also God.
God co-wrote this.
Big ups to the big guy upstairs.
This is all that's left of St. Peter's original screenplay.
Anyways, what happens next? I can't wait to find out.
Looks like the news, and there's stock updates underneath.
Great.
Came swooping down from atop a building, his eyes glowing, his hands shot out 2 beams of light. Down at the muggers, saving my wife and I. Was like an angel. All he asked from me was to use my phone so he could call the police and let them know where the guy was after he had knocked him out. He even was nice enough to escort me back home. So he had to borrow this lady's phone to call the sad police because his phone was still in his pants pocket after he took his clothes off to fight crime naked.
Yes, he was completely bare-ass naked. He can make a suit out of light constructs, but he can't make a pocket in that suit because that's just asking too much, of course. But this chick also clearly has a Watchman button, like the happy face with the fucking streak of blood on it.
Great job.
Yeah, good job. Nice reference there. Very fitting, too.
Very telling. Yes.
I'm sure Alan Moore is like really impressed with that.
From one end of Pharaoh City to another, people are talking about him. The question in everyone's lips is, of course, who is Lightbringer? I'm the luckiest guy alive.
Yeah, his parents are fucking blown into salsa in an alley somewhere.
And his first chance to be a hero, he completely botched.
Yeah, he let a woman be raped. This guy couldn't be more lucky. I mean it's kind of based, I suppose.
It's
AF.
probably one of the most endearing elements of his character.
Yes,
is that
he just let a woman be raped. He tried to
his
act
first
like he felt bad about it.
His first opportunity to stop a rape, and he's just like, nah. Instead,
He's
runs.
Like, no, it might be
so
too
hard.
hot. It's too hot for me to stop it.
He runs more than he's ever run in his life away from being able to stop the rape.
That rape was really hot. It would be wrong of me to end somebody else's fun as a pacifist, after all.
He just ran. He ran all night and day.
He couldn't get away
from his own conscience.
Tank is really
a beam of light shines down on him.
I mean it. Who else can say they're the world's first superhero? No.
Again, his parents are fucking dead. Is that all? I mean, he seems very shallow. Yes. We've already established he is incredibly fucking shallow.
It's actually kind of unfortunate. He comes off as a very shallow person right in the beginning of the second chapter. Yes. We're only like 15 pages in or something.
His parents were gunned down in a filthy alley by muggers. And he lives in the worst city in the Midwest,
probably on the planet. Aside from like Somalia.
That was it. He couldn't take it personally. The muggers were more happy to see his parents die than he was. He was sad to see his parents to see his parents die.
So whatever.
He runs a failing furniture store. This is the luckiest guy alive.
He has to take money. He has to take money from rapists and slavers in order to keep his furniture store open.
His furniture, poor.
His furniture costs tens of thousands of dollars. He's clearly gouging his customers.
He's so poor he can't even afford a superhero costume, and he has to fight crime completely fucking naked.
He's so poor he can't pay attention.
He should sing a solo. You know what he should do? He should sing a solo.
He's gay.
So low you can't hear it.
Okay, the cape can get in the way.
You're doing the wrong voice. You're doing the wrong voice. What voice would
the cape can get in the way sometimes?
What voice would be easy?
Takes a lot of concentration. But who cares? I'm cleaning up Pharaoh City, and I'm doing a damn good job.
That's trouble. Now I hate him again because he's so trying to justify the cape.
Cape.
He's flying around naked except for the constructs that make up his uniform, but then he also has a cape, which he doesn't even like, but he's still using it. And it's like, you'd be naked if not for these powers. Could you just lose the cape then?
Yeah.
Here's a question. His power set is light manipulation, right?
Yeah.
How do you translate that into being able to fly? And also, why is he a blonde now?
Because he becomes the Aryan Ubermensch.
But yeah, he's able to fly because he's able to burn his hands hotter than the sun, which is like 9,000 degrees.
Possibly fucking 20. His hands become 20,000 degrees. So anyone who becomes near just dies instantly, and the roads buckle when he flies over them.
He's altering the fucking climate.
He's got 20,000 degree hands, and it's warming up the air around his hands, and the warm air rises upwards, lifting him into the air. I got it.
And
all that so he can fly. Even though he could apparently run, he's capable of running.
He is capable of running away.
He's bad at running, though.
Because he's gay.
He's been neglecting his cardio.
The one thing he can do is run away from rapes.
Yeah, but that's one thing that doesn't get mentioned so far. He stopped some more muggings, but every time he sees a rape, he's like, nah, I'm out of here.
I won't get involved in this. This is not... I'm a pacifist.
Yeah, it would be wrong. Plus, what if I kill the guy?
I'm trying to not become a pacifist anymore, but it's got to be baby steps.
He's got strong morals. But also, it's funny.
He's got strong morals. Women still need to be raped.
He's just learned how to fly off panel, and we don't see him being like, wow, flying sure is good. I have all this fun. I'm going into the clouds. Like, there's some movies with great scenes of like superheroes who learn how to fly for the first time. Like, wow.
Man of Steel actually managed to do that right, even though the rest of the movie is
the rest
really
of the
shit.
movie is a fucking nightmare disaster. But that and to be honest, Chronicle actually did it even better though.
All of the facets of this story that make Carter Granholm an interesting and relatable character, they all happen off camera.
Yeah.
Off panel.
In ways that where they could have been drawn in the panel right there, but instead it's just another drawing of him standing there moping or fucking just standing there basically.
Self-satisfied with how he can fly.
That's one thing about doing art is even if you're not good at art, it's about what you portray in the art, whether it's good or not. If you just portray the same stock, boring fucking poses, no matter how good the art is, it doesn't matter.
Who cares about anything else? He's the world's first superhero.
Oh, he can
also,
fly.
I'm looking at this frame around the image of the comic, and I wonder if Lewis Lovehog does Lewis Lovehog do his own HTML too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for Comic Genesis, you kind of had to design it yourself. You didn't have to make a physical table. Here's what he did. He probably had the HTML for a table with 2 cells, but he didn't know how to get rid of the one cell to just make it a single. He just wanted it to be the border, even though you don't need that.
That's the thing is, I forgot too, but then again, I'd basically forgotten most of my HTML skills in 2001.
Well,
maybe
yeah,
2002.
The thing is that I remember fiddling around with HTML because you didn't actually need an internet connection at some point if you just knew some of the tags. And I was like, oh, here's the table tag, and here's how many cells to put in it, and that kind of. And I fiddled around with it, and so I think I even knew years before this fucking comic how to make it so it was just the border around something, and then also how to get rid of it so it wasn't the border and fill it in with a specific color and all that shit. But
you could actually drag and drop, and then just click a button, and it would fucking automatically.
Well, I knew how to type the HTML like raw, basically. But
yeah,
clearly what he did was he had the HTML for a table that had 2 cells. He just leaves the first one blank, so it's this thin, empty line, so it's a double line along the left side here.
You would probably not even notice it. In fact, I'm wondering if he did that for the. It looks like he did it for every other fucking page.
It's all the pages because for Comic Genesis you use a template that just gets used for every single page. So that means every page, like for however many pages this is, every page is going to have this basically 2-celled table where a fucking first cell is just empty.
Does he not have the ability to fix that?
Well, this was not anymore, but the thing is, clearly, when he did have the ability to fix it, he didn't do anything about it.
Anyway, was it tonight alone I bagged 3... I can't do any impersonations of voices.
Tonight alone I bagged
I bagged 3 muggers, stopped 4 groups of slavers from taking new victims, and foiled a robbery attempt across town. The best part is the fact that I've managed to do this all without seriously hurting anyone.
He's somehow managed to do all of this without us seeing any of it.
Without seeing it. But wait,
you don't want to,
because you don't want to himself.
You don't want to see that, do you?
Yeah, you didn't want to actually see
Boring.
that. Yeah, yawn fest, pish.
Yeah, but did the cops come and arrest the guys? Then I thought the cops were too sad to arrest
the cops. Maybe the cops are becoming happy from this, but that hasn't been. We need a little bit more of a wall of text at this point, I suppose.
Maybe the reason the cops were sad was because they weren't getting enough vitamin D.
They need a little sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
But here, he says without seriously hurting anyone, and then he describes how he seriously hurt some people.
Well, unless you count breaking a few bones as seriously hurting them.
Yeah. That is seriously hurting someone, though. You can literally kill somebody just by breaking one of their bones.
Mm-hmm. Still,
I'm sure they'll get the finest medical treatment possible while they rot in their cells.
And then he comes to their cells and vaporizes them. Oh wait, no, he's a pacifist. Wow, I love this next page. The art is actually even worse. Didn't think that was possible. Is there a description? Oh yeah, there is one. Holy shit! Holy shit! This is all right. Let's get through this page. This is not going to be pleasant.
Oh, I'll try my best. I may not be rich enough to make a bat cave.
I get it.
But I can use the warehouse that we use to keep inventory as a base of operations for my activities. So he has to... His crime-fighting headquarters is just full of overstock furniture.
It's just, yeah, that's the fucking extra part of the furniture warehouse. Well, he says here, hidden in a compartment near the old Christmas trees, I've made myself a second. So the fucking Christmas trees, because I guess nobody's going there except for maybe 1 month a year.
Wow.
I assume they're plastic ones too.
The gauntlets I made by melting down some unsold chairs from a few years ago and using some silver touch-up paint to make it silver to better match my costume. Was that a complete sentence?
Sort of. But you know what, though? This explains how the suit isn't a construct, then. It's an actual costume.
The purpose of the gauntlets, other than aesthetic reasons, is to give the impression that my light-controlling powers come from the gauntlets and not from my own, well, whatever it is that it really comes from.
Dick.
So he's hanging up his cape. The cape isn't a light construct either.
Unless it is, and he's hanging it up anyways. And it's like, this is completely pointless.
The cape and costume design were mine, albeit I admit I took some inspiration outside of my own little life. When I was young, my parents tried to keep me away from comic books, thinking they promoted violence as a method of solving problems.
You're saying that so evilly.
I read them in secret. The costume is actually inspired by, of all things, a supervillain.
That's why he wants to kill people so bad. But he's not. That makes him a good person.
But I think the look works for a guy in my position, too. The mask is my own innovation, though.
Good job.
Based on the lenses of sunglasses. They hide my eyes from detection while letting me see perfectly. He sees by bending light around the lenses of his sunglasses.
Good job. And also, they're sunglasses.
And frankly, I need the sunglasses angle. Anyway, I may be able to use light however way... I may be able to use
however
light.
Way I want, yeah.
However way I want.
I think he meant whatever way he wants, but whatever.
But my eyes are still susceptible to the brightness. The sunglasses take that brightness away. So even Carter Granholm is afraid of the light.
He's vulnerable to his own powers, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Could he burn his own dick off, I wonder? I don't know.
He spent his misbegotten youth staring into the sun. It's the hair that I'm really proud of. It's just a generic touch-up paint for furniture.
I thought it's turning his fucking hair blonde, but he's spray painting his hair?
Designed to lighten it up a bit. Water won't remove it, but if I add 1 or 2 shampoos, I can get it out with ease.
I don't think that would work.
He fucking spray. It's a can of spray paint right there.
Lightens
literally just straight up
furniture.
a can of Yellow's fucking furniture spray paint shit. I forgot. I actually didn't remember this because I usually never get this far if I ever do try to read this. I completely phase out by this point. But holy shit, he's just spraying. You remember a woman actually did this where she gorilla glued her hair a few months ago? And she's like, it doesn't move anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's glue. You literally glued your hair.
So that's 2 reasons why he needs sunglasses now. One to protect his eyes from the light, and one to protect his eyes from the fucking yellow spray paint that
which,
he
by
takes
the way,
a bath
will
in
not
every
come
morning.
out with 1 or 2 shampoos. You're destroying your hair, basically.
I'm also getting a lot of press thanks to my recent escapades. Few people have tried to take my picture, but whatever powers me somehow removes any features from photographs, digital or otherwise. Yeah, so
we still
to ruining
haven't. Where's
family
the part where someone gets their dick burned off? Oh, the cop here, the fucking Officer Flathead. Here, let's get through this part too.
Okay. I want to make this perfectly clear to everyone. Officially, we abhor the activities of any vigilante in this city and are actively trying to locate this Lightbringer. Unofficially, this guy has brought in more perps in 3 nights than we have in a month. If you encounter him, try to learn as much as you can, but otherwise stay out of his way. If we need to bring him in, I want to know as much as I can about him first. And if you do run into him, for the love of God, be careful. We don't know how he does it, but those lights of his can burn you real badly. He stumbled onto a rape that was occurring, gave the rapist 2nd-degree burns on his back. God knows what else he's capable of.
It sounds like he started ass fucking a rapist and burned his back.
Mm-hmm. If this guy is some comic book hero fetishist or something, we may try to contact one of you. He may try to contact one of you. Hope to get the police on his side. If anyone is contacted by him, let me know immediately. I'm not putting any of you in danger without putting myself in it first. In the meantime, get back to work. Lightbringer may patrol the night, but we work 24/7.
The fucking when I originally conceived this page, there were going to be other police officers. Oh gee, I wonder why not. Why you didn't fucking end up drawing them all in, including a detective who would become Lightbringer's contact. However, thanks to my ever-valiant efforts to integrate characters in their background, that didn't pan out. That's why Chief Crane's head doesn't show up in the first panel. What? He doesn't? Wow. You know what? Yeah, now that I see that, it's just really bad framing.
So, who's he talking to then?
He's supposed to be talking to other cops that Linkara just did. Yeah, and again, fucking when I originally conceived this page, thanks to my ever-valiant effort. So again, he's drawing this, but he gave the art credit to a different name.
Mm-hmm. But there's nobody else there. This guy's just yelling at his coffee mug.
Yes, yeah, he's yelling at a fucking newspaper in an empty chair.
Get back to work!
Get back to work, nobody. Maybe he's trying to motivate himself. It's at the next page. Oh yeah, here's the heh page also. But the next page is still him talking to nobody.
Yeah, easy for me to say we work 24/7. If the work we did was actually doing something, this Lightbringer guy wouldn't be here. I just wish I had some way of knowing he was on the level or not. Hey, what's that on my desk?
It's a glowing note card because it's Lightbringer.
I'd like to add a meeting to IT the roof, Police HQ mid come alone lig.
Ligma balls. Her. Just her. This might actually be my favorite panel of the whole comic.
Her.
Her.
He's laughing at Ligma balls.
Oh, yeah, that's probably funny. Oh yeah, here's a pinup. Decided to put this little piece of fan art I made in commemoration. It's just fucking. It's fan art he made of himself. It is. And again, he doesn't fucking credit the artist here, of course. I think maybe he realized there's no point to that. Oh yeah, Sarge, allow me to link and copyright all these characters in the world's multiverse's finest of webcomic superheroes, and so there's a lot of references to other superheroes, I guess. Mechanical Girl Lisa A.N.T., Dacian Mind Mistress Creep Doc Hyperion, Unnamed Superhero from Cold Servings, and Green Avenger. I wonder if all these are still here. I don't care, though. You know what? I don't care. I'm not that interested. But yeah, coldservings.com, green-avenger.com, dochyperion.com, and genesis.com. This reminds me of a lot of indie comics. These names are, like, so generic, but at the same time, they're what other people are like, yeah, this is my original fucking new idea. Oh yeah, here's the cock chair. The penis chair.
Green Avenger redirects me to some kind of Chinese volleyball porn, I think.
Oh boy, yeah. I wouldn't want to fucking... Probably just got repurchased when the name lapsed. I don't think anyone's going to give a fuck.
That's a good chair.
Yes.
Do you think Carter Granholm made it himself?
The Carter Granholm constructed this chair himself. Fucking after, the city's low on rapists, so he's got to do something to pick up the slack. He made himself a rape chair. And he charges... And you know how much the chair costs? $10,000. It's made out of real plastic.
Business has been slow lately, so I haven't exactly had a problem with my employees relaxing a bit while on the job. I'm sometimes simply amazed at how people can lead ordinary lives, even in the face of all the crime that happens in this city.
I thought he was doing a good job of reducing the crime, though.
Still, I suppose it's only natural that not everything's so bad for everyone. There are 8 million people living in Pharaoh City, and they can't all have it as bad as I did, could they? 8 million people, huh?
Lots of rapes. Lots of girls to rape. Probably at least 4 million. 4 million possible rapes.
Maybe somewhere between 4 million and 8 million.
You missed the part where we found out that the reason why his hair turned blonde, I had no idea about this, he spray painted it.
Yellow fucking furniture spray paint.
Yeah, touch-up paint.
Just blasts it all over his face and eyes every morning.
Yeah,
and it does.
We're not even making that up. If you go back to fucking, it describes, shows the can, and says that it comes back out with 1 or 2 shampoos.
Multiple shampoos to wash this shit out of his hair.
Which then he has to reapply.
Yeah, then he has to put it back on when he goes out to be a Lightbringer again.
You would think he would just wear a cap or a hat.
Yeah,
create a light construct shaped like his own hair.
Or a light construct that covers his head or his hair.
Or just aim more light at his hair so that it looks brighter.
But then he also explains how people, whenever someone tries to take a picture of him, that the glowing light emanating from him reduces his features, so people can't even fucking take a picture.
You would think that still, though, you think people, it's like he's begging to get caught. Because, I mean, he's spray painting his fucking hair blonde, then he has to wash it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking...
At some point, that's just going to destroy your hair.
Well, first off, it's going to destroy your hair. Secondly, if anyone notices that it's partially blonde while you're at the fucking furniture store, it's like, why is your hair suddenly blonde like that new superhero Lightbringer?
The one who keeps burning all the rapists' dicks. We still haven't gotten to that part necessarily, but I think it's coming soon, hopefully.
Well, I'm probably way behind. I'm looking at this fucking page of like a bunch of other different superheroes that are just like the most generic looking
We're at the one where a blonde girl is in the furniture store sitting in a literal dick chair that's pink.
But I think that's the next page.
Yeah, it should be.
And there's a purple hair girl coming in doing a Nazi salute.
Yeah, that's right. The fucking she's a purple-haired alien girl with only one eye.
Oh,
Doing a
look
Nazi
at her
salute.
fuck face. Oh.
Look at her face.
This is about the time that I fucking just have already been skimming though. But I don't know if you want to read
it turns
the rest
out
of this.
I don't know which page I'm on, but it turns out he's flashing back and it's like, oh, this purple hair girl is the one that was getting raped in the alley. Did she escape? Did someone help her? How did this happen? How can she be smiling after being attacked like that? And it's like,
so brutally
these
raped.
are all good questions. This is definitely something that shouldn't be happening at all. This is going to lead to some really uncomfortable fucking implications.
And he's like, oh, I remember you. I let you be raped.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I want to know.
Yeah,
Now I have to know what happens next.
Michelle told me you wanted to be a stock girl. It's like a different type of girl who is a stock.
And she lifts up an entire table. So she's got superpowers also.
Nobody's
she
strong
throws her
enough to
purse
lift
over.
a table.
And then
She
what's she
lifts
doing?
up on a whole table.
Wow. And then there's some more weird things. Also, this fucking description, the full story is at the beginning of issue number 3, and then Animu gay winky face, which I think he also used on the fucking gay sex RP message board that he used to post to.
Ew.
Let's see, the next one is the cop on the rooftop.
Who's this old guy? Yeah.
This is the police officer who goes,
gonna be like, oh.
And then the Lightbringer leaves a glowing note.
The guy also says, fucking, you think you're the first guy who had pie in the sky dreams of taking on crime. 2 years ago, there was the Emerald Flame Killer. I assume you know what happened to him. So there are people with superpowers that have been before this. So this is not the first superhero.
Or vigilantes, I guess. I don't know. I'm now a vigilante, strung up in front of police headquarters by the Emerald Flame Gang, if I remember or recall correctly.
He's T-posing too. I guess he's T-posing to assert dominance over this fucking
But also,
cop.
he's using his hands to propel himself like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Even though he really shouldn't. He really needs to stop that.
Ugh, that's fucking... So yeah,
Some of the
I want you to
senior
take down
criminals
the
that
flavors
pharaohs
of the
have to offer, and then you'll tell me you won't kill them. It's like fucking... Okay, he's saying he won't kill anyone. Do you really... If the fucking police force are so sad, do you really think that you're going to be turning away somebody's help?
This is really bogged down at this point. It was so good before, but now it's getting kind of boring.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and now it's just turning into another one wall of text after the other.
Oh wait, no, 30% off Wicker at Grand Furniture. Grand Home Furniture.
But he also wants them to hurt the criminals. They want to hurt the criminals and not kill the criminals. I don't know if these people realize that it's a fine line between hurting some... Like, if you break somebody's bone, you can kill them just from the shot.
I mentioned that too, and it's just like, oh look, Serpent is back though. Serpent, Meathead, and some crony. I've been planning to just beat the snot out of him on Friday and have the police arrest him when I came in to get the money I don't. So that's how he's getting out of fucking paying the money that he owes to this criminal gang. Is that he was just going to beat them up?
Just running up a tab. Gee, I'd like to see him.
Schlit.
I'd like to see him do that with the fucking IRS.
Yeah, here's this. I'm going to enjoy this. He's become just pure evil now.
He's machine gunning. Yeah, this last guy, kind of like the Shadow, but
yeah, he's just killing these people clearly.
Yeah, he's machine gunning this guy with like bolts of light that are cutting him, and it's like, how are you not gonna kill them? How are they not dying?
Wakey, wakey, Serpent. What, and
then the very next page is fucking Rule 63 Lightbringer.
You know, sadly, it's like a better drawing. Did somebody else do this? Okay.
All I could think of, though, when I see this is like, okay, so Serpent is seeing him as a hot chick now?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. It's like, oh no, he became a hot chick. He fucking...
And then I realized, oh no, okay, wait, hold on a second. This is some fan art that it just unfortunately placed.
Yeah.
It's a very unfortunate place to put this fan art.
This is usually why they put fan art in a separate page for a comic, but of course this clearly was not getting anyone looking at it. Nobody cared, nobody liked it. Because it sucked. It always sucked. And it continues to suck. But anyways.
Slightly better than the rest of the art.
Yeah, it's actually weird how
this would go at the end of a story.
When you go back to the fucking comic, it's so shitty.
This would go at the end of the story. He probably put extra work. I assume it's the same artist, and he put extra work into this hot chick.
No, but yeah, he says it's fan art that he requested from somebody. But though going to the next page, you look and it's like, oh man, the art is so it's so fucking bad. It's like there's almost no excuse even. I
don't know why he did this himself.
He's just interrogating Serpent.
I could have drawn this myself.
You kidnap women and children off the streets.
And again, this is a wall of text.
Yeah. You're extorting blackmail people. You're still from the needy. Oh no.
You son of a bitch.
You're gonna tell me about your plans, you son of a bitch. Oh, and then here's finally an example of his powers where he drops Serpent into like a light trampoline in midair. But it's the art somehow gets even worse.
He could have broken his neck doing that anyway.
Yeah. He landed like head first. And yes, Lightbringer really made a rubbery net of light in order to stop Serpent from dying. Of course, what happens to him in the last panel doesn't seem to make him wish to save his life. Gay anime fucking
I'm pretty sure that more people are fatally killed by jumping on trampolines than by having their dicks burned off by light constructs.
By constructs of light, it's true. Here's another fucking fan art from somebody else.
It's better to kick some ass than curse the darkness.
I'm gonna curse some ass and then kick the darkness. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm here to kick ass and curse darkness, and I'm all out of darkness.
Darkness, no parents. Anyways. So the fucking it brings into here's the thing. I can without even reading this, I can sum this up. He brings the fucking Serpent to the cop there. Now I don't have to read it.
Wall of text.
Who are they?
We're going to help bring down the slavers next. The end of the slavers? ? Gee, I wonder.
You could read this whole comic without any text on it. Just remove all of the text and you'd still be able to follow the story. That's how good the conveyance of this artwork is.
The art conveys it so well. Wow,
that is honestly superior to a lot of other Comicsgate comics. Where you're trying to fucking follow along with the art, and if you just didn't read the dialogue, you would have absolutely no idea what the fuck you were even looking at.
Is Linkara better than everyone in Comicsgate? And again, here's more. There's just like, there's a page and then fan art, and then fan art.
And this fan art is even worse. This fan art is really bad.
One of them was better, but yeah, most of these are worse. But again, a lot of these are from different characters that aren't from Lightbringer. In fact, he seems to be taking somebody else's character from their comic and making them a guest star or some shit.
Okay, this next page is actually kind of infuriating. I'm gonna fucking gloss over the fucking dialogue because I can't stand it. You're with the FBI? That's right. Okay, there. Case closed. They're with the FBI. But what the fuck are they standing on? It's like they've been halfway planted into like these slanted fucking bits of sod or something.
When I look at this, I immediately assumed that they had gone to the mall and they were just riding on the escalators.
They're just riding the escalators for fun.
But that's not what's happening, because you see they don't come to an end. The fucking escalators don't have a fucking end point or a bottom. They don't clip off here.
Yeah, that's
between
right.
this
One just
fucking thing.
disappears into nothingness.
It's too bad there's no author commentary underneath this page to tell us what the fuck is going on in
But
it.
it says the last lesson of Walter Kovacs, dedicated to everyone who believes good and evil aren't subjective.
This fucking subtitle is infuriating, and I actually believe in the concepts of good and evil, but it's like it's everyone who believes. It's so fucking sanctimonious.
Yeah, it's like self-congratulatory. But here, you go to the next page. Fan art, next page, fan art, next page.
It's a sketch too. It's not a fucking. It's not complete.
It's for other characters too.
This one looks like her bottom lip got punched in a fucking day before.
Redesign Hannah fan art week continues. Why? Who cares?
Why would you need a week of fan art? Man, a lot of this is really fucking ugly looking. You know me. I don't give that much of a fuck. But the fan art looks ugly. Why is this head, his brain, he's got the fucking microcephaly,
the brainlet fucking vision.
He's a total brainlet.
Here, though, I skipped ahead. I skipped ahead past all of the fan art back to another giant fucking wall of text.
But yeah, look at his fucking head. He's literally just like
his head.
Fucking a flat top hair and eyeballs.
All right, and then the next page, another fan art thing.
His ears are nearly at the top of his skull.
He should just have no ears, like the guy with no ears from Tales Gets Trolled, obviously.
Yeah, and then another fan art. This one's not as bad, but it's just a face, and it's just like, I don't give a shit. This person is lying on the floor, and this other person is like cocked backwards and sideways. I think that is Carter Granholm. But the fucking purple-haired lady.
He's trying to explain how he ran away from her being raped, and she starts laughing. What? And then, again, next page, instead of explaining, is another, I guess, redesign Hannah fan art week continues. Why?
Why are you redesigning the character that you're already fucking doing?
Yeah. Here's another one. I've gone through 3 so far, and not a single page of the comic so far has continued.
And then we finally get back to it, and it's just she's just got a floating head.
A floating head that's like a fucking sideways,
giant floating head of
side parentheses thing,
side mouth. Snout nose.
It's that fucking curved box parentheses thing, though.
Her ear is gigantic.
Her ear is bigger than her fucking eyeball. Well, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
No, her ear is like fucking 3 times bigger than her eye.
Here, she's explaining, though. She's explaining what happened is that, man, the city got so far gone. When I got, she's like, I was orphaned when I was young, so I learned how to survive in the streets.
I can't stand reading this shit anyway. I don't care. I don't care. She punched out the guy. She punched out the rapist. Whatever.
Yeah, after
I assume she has superpowers.
Help, I finally just punched the guy's lights out and walked off with Michelle, who had stayed close in case I needed help, but she was yelling for help already in this scene. It's such a retcon. It's clearly a retcon because he wanted to have this girl in the comic, but he wanted her to not actually have been raped because then she would be spoiled.
Well, first off, she'd be spoiled, and secondly, it would actually be kind of awkward to explain. I ran away and let you be raped. And it's still awkward.
Yeah, he realized he didn't want to have done that in his comic.
He probably isn't a good enough writer to write a story about a girl who got raped.
No.
Or anything else.
On top of that, he wants to just make it go away. Like, the rape that he straight up implied, he's like, you know what? I want to just make that so that never happened, so I can just pretend that rapes just don't exist anymore.
Also, Carter Granholm did nothing wrong.
Carter Granholm was completely justified in running away that time because she was actually totally okay the whole time.
Well, he can be a superhero all he wants.
If you go to the next page, it's revealed that Carter Granholm has had the entire top half of his head cut off.
It's just fucking gone. It's got microcephaly.
His head is imploding. His skull is just collapsing into itself.
And again, the ears are like an inch away from the top of his skull, which is flat now.
Yes. He clearly took the same drawing and just copied it here and just changed the hair color and then put the thing over the eyes.
And then he also used the line tool to fucking add a microphone.
Yeah.
Louis Lovehog doesn't want to write stories about rape. He just wants to use rape as an easy ploy to make his villains more deplorable.
And then complain about it in his reviews of other comics later.
Rape is my favorite plot device. Oh yeah, that's right. He's like one of the guys who was like pushing the whole fridging of women in comics bullshit. He was one of the first.
Yeah, he would criticize Frank Miller for writing female characters as whores who get raped or whatever. But then all these chicks are a bunch of fucking whores who get raped.
They're all a bunch of whores.
We didn't just make up the part where someone's fucking dick gets burned off, did we? Because I remember that quite vividly.
Fabricated memories about someone getting their dick burned off.
It wasn't in this comic. My brother who suggested that. It was one of the other people in this call.
Yeah, it was somebody else.
I was promised dick burnings. I don't see any dick burnings.
Yeah, because this is way further past the point where I've ever read this dog shit comic before.
Yeah, no, I never read past page 3.
Here's the one where he goes into a building by he like heats up their vent or whatever, which I don't think fucking even makes sense. But now he doesn't have legs.
That wouldn't do anything. It's a fucking exhaust vent.
But you go to the next page, he doesn't have legs anymore. His legs are just gone. They're cut off right below the fucking waist.
Yeah, it's not him kneeling either because it's not fucking.
So his dick is almost gone now.
His dick is nearly gone.
Oh yeah,
he's got the powers to fucking fly.
Auction. This fresh whore is ready to serve you in every way. Look at those tears. She's so happy. I want to punch something, even a woman. I think he wants to punch the girl.
Sure, but he's got the powers of flight. You don't think he could have flown in there immediately without any trouble and handled this immediately? He's got the power of flight because his hands burn at 9,000 degrees, hot enough to heat the fucking atmosphere. It's causing global warming. There's no more fucking glaciers.
Has he ever considered becoming invisible?
If he can
bend light around
him so that people can't see him. But then they would maybe they would just see a dark spot. I don't know.
No, it would bend the light around so that he's probably still would be visible slightly because he sucks.
That's true. He does.
He's using another page later. He's going through the filing cabinets, sneaking through the offices to find the records.
Yeah, he's using his powers to open a filing cabinet.
He used his power. It's literally the thing I said I was making fun of when he makes a construct that's just hands to unzip a man's pants. But in this case, he's doing it to open a filing cabinet, and this is back in 2006.
Yeah, it's like late 2000, August 2006. He's using his light powers to make a construct of like 3 little hands to open a filing cabinet and
they're
look
like
through
3
files.
fingers or something to pull open a filing cabinet and fucking grab a file, and he's just grabbing like a random one, like he knows which one he's going for.
Holy shit!
What the? These are financial records for donations.
Wrong voice.
Public schools, cancer research groups, homeless shelters. At least 30% of all the money the slavers make go directly to charities.
Wait, so actually they're fucking donating to charity. These guys aren't really the bad guys.
So they're good?
They're actually kind of good guys, and you're kind of a fucking jerk off for trying to stop them. It reminds me a little bit of that one. It's like the fucking Doc mission in fucking... it's like the opening mission main mission of fucking Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I played as fucking
But they want you to
Nosferatu and
steal
was
from a
using
blood
stealth.
bank or
I had
something?
stealth. I was using stealth to sneak around.
Right beside a list of school districts in Pharaoh City in need of financial aid is a leather-bound copy of the complete works of the Marquis de Sade.
Oh no! He's clearly these guys are
Oh.
bad guys because they have a book by
They're
Marquis
very-
de Sade,
they're
who wrote
clearly
fiction
evil.
novels.
But they're also very cultured. They're very cultured slavers.
You know, you can learn a lot about a man from the context of hang on, let me try that again. You know, you can learn a lot of forget it.
Do it in the goofy voice.
Yeah, do it in the Linkara voice. You know, you can learn a lot.
No, you
about
can
a
learn a
man.
lot about a man from the content of his bookshelf.
For example, I don't own Mein Kampf. That means I am not a Nazi. I can't be a Nazi. I don't own Mein Kampf.
Literally impossible. Why does the leader of the slavers have a list of charities is he assisting in the same room as the writings that could be considered the Sadism Bible? This
It's
is
a
worse
fucking
writing.
book.
The fact that Linkara would criticize anyone else's writing is incorrect of him. He's a bad person for doing it.
The fact that he would fucking be angry that somebody does an impersonation of him, he's so fucking angry about. Did we even mention?
To be honest,
have we mentioned that yet?
Out of all the qualities that make Linkara a dumb, stupid, bad person, the fact that he got pissed off about somebody doing an impersonation of him means that he's really stupid.
He's very touchy.
Are we going to continue because something crazy happens in the next page?
Oh yeah, the next page.
Are we going to continue though? Because that means we're going to do another part. We'll have to cut off here. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.
But great work ethic.
Okay, picking up. In fact, I should have gone to the next page, but I already saw this one, so it's technically been in the video already. But he goes into a new room and he sees like a woman who's apparently her chest has just been fucking exploded open or some shit.
I don't know. She can still somehow talk.
No, I don't think she can. She can.
I don't. It seems to be implying that she's talking in the fucking captions here. So much can't breathe, and it's like, is she saying that or is he saying that because he's such a pussy? Is he such a pussy?
The blood. Yeah.
It's hard to tell. No, wait. She says right down here. I think this is her too. You, the Lightbringer. Oh wait, I have found my enemy. I guess not. That's always a good trait that you want to fucking come through with your art. Is I don't know who's talking. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely confused, trying to decipher this fucking panel, and it's just one panel, and it's just Lightbringer in a doorway. And a lady, I thought it was like glass tubes or something stuck in her arm.
No, I won't tell you what happened to her. If I did that, we'd have to change our rating from Web 14 to MA.
Oh, you won't want to change your fucking Web 14. You don't want to lose that precious Web 14 rating.
Which doesn't mean anything, of course.
No. It's a fucking webcomic. You could draw whatever you want.
This last line of the description, too, is a fucking MST3K reference, which kind of disgusts me because now you're just going to make me dislike a show that I like. Stop ruining things.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things. It's kind of like Monty Python. It's like, I don't hate Monty Python, but I fucking hate the fans.
Yeah, the fans make Monty Python almost suck. But they put on fruity hats.
I got the idea of my modern philosophy teacher when he described the works of Marquis de Sade as like a telephone book directory on how to mutilate someone. No erotic passion behind it, just cold instruction. Oh man, what a fucking disgrace. He doesn't even put erotic passion behind how much he tortures people.
The thing is, Marquis de Sade didn't actually torture anyone.
No.
He probably didn't know anyone who did.
I think he was in jail while he was writing the books too, or something.
He was just
because he had written the books. He was imprisoned for having written books about this stuff, and that was it.
They cut his tongue out too. I'm pretty sure, so he couldn't fucking. He could no longer dictate the fucking books to people. Anyways, So he goes, oh, General, where is... So yeah, it was the bad guy who introduced him, who fucking was
But
like,
he was
oh,
around a
Lightbringer.
corner. It looks like he was around a corner. There's implication of movement around a corner. And he's fucking got his arms up like he's playing Call of Duty without a fucking gun or something.
Stupid. But here's the thing is that he found evidence. It's like, oh no, these slavers are in trouble now. He found documents about their stuff. And it's like, you don't really need evidence at this point if you're just fighting slavers and you know
You're
who they
operating
are.
with the police. All you have to do is fucking subdue the criminals, let the police come in.
I mean,
They will
I guess
get the evidence
theoretically they
for
might have
you.
to release him, but you know, I don't get
He's-
this story isn't good enough to fucking give a shit about that kind of thing.
No, I'm overthinking. I am overthinking this, and I still haven't even barely thought about it. And yeah, just wall of text.
Yeah,
I'm moving on. I'm not looking.
I'm
I'm not looking. I'm not even doing that. So I'm moving on to the next page. It's an even bigger wall of fucking text. I had an epiphany when I started the slavers. Whatever.
Started the slavers. Oh, good job.
This guy, he's general. He's a general, but he's also got a sleeveless shirt with his medals on it.
Not the first time in my life someone called someone good and evil. Subjective philosophers have tried to come up with a logical reason. They failed.
fucking philosophers.
Like my gay parents who died because they failed.
These motherfucking philosophers. They don't know as much as a fucking a twink on the internet who likes to fucking
twink.
He likes to fucking role play as a fucking a gay girl.
Holy shit. Hunker down. There's a lot to say about this page. Not on my account. Next.
No, not really. Is there a lot to say about this page? Well, hold on. How far back am I, or how far ahead am I? Because I'm not seeing anything.
I skipped ahead. He's fucking trying to fight the general.
He's got all these medals. The general
shooting his Kamehameha at the guy.
Fucking,
he shot his gun now.
And it looks like he threw a pizza into the air at the same time that it happened. Somehow the general was tossing a pizza.
I don't know, but I think I skipped ahead way more than you. He threw the general out a window now.
Yeah, that's where I am. No, now you fucking... No, you gotta read. Hunker down. There's a lot to say about this little page.
Yeah, that's the part I skipped.
Okay, so, well then, I'm just going to say the general's medals are probably for bullying a furry.
He got medals for bullying, medals for calling people gay.
Medals for
paperclip. Pretty cool.
Winning a paperclip fight. This one's for typing. This one's for surfing.
This one's for light filing. I got that one. Anyway,
this one's for donating to charity.
This one's for shorthand.
He shot him out of a window. He's still alive, though, I guess.
He's still alive.
I mean,
notice the next page. He actually drew multiple people, and he's like, "My God, it could it be you?" Yes, I drew multiple people in the panel. Amazing anime face, but it's like it's over. The slavers are no more. So the whole threat, it's done.
It's already
it's over.
It's already over. He is making no effort to fucking keep these people alive, though. No effort. It's complete coincidence that they aren't dying. He shot a guy out of a fucking window.
They're wheeling the bad guy away, and he's like, "You idiots! You think you've done the right thing here? Mark my words." And then Lightbringer is like, "No, not even in the face of Armageddon. Never compromise." And it's like, really, you're just going to straight up rip off a fucking Watchmen.
In the face of, are we really pretending that it's Armageddon that you fucking stopped this guy
who has a slavery? You just broke up some fucking gang. It was literally in the face of Armageddon.
And are we also going to pretend it's like
in Washington?
Oh no, you don't realize you've done a bad thing here, and it's like no.
The fucking
no. It's
next
like,
page. This fucking
I wonder,
is
there anyone else? I know there's somebody else out there who believes that if you donate to charity, you're automatically a good person, no matter what else you do.
Yes, evil people believe that.
Comicsgate believes that though.
Yeah, I've actually had people tell me recently, like a couple of years ago, that this guy donates to charities, and it's like, yeah, it's any asshole can donate to charities.
Most assholes donate to charities.
Fucking, who's the serial killer clown guy? The guy
John Wayne Gacy.
Fucking John Wayne Gacy, who it's like he donated to charities too. It's like you're comparing them to John Wayne Gacy. It's like, well, way to completely miss the point because you don't like the point, faggot.
You know what? They are like John Wayne Gacy.
No, John Wayne Gacy was fucking had more friends and was more charismatic.
John Wayne Gacy actually got caught.
Yes, that's
people actually acknowledge John Wayne Gacy
to catch John Wayne Gacy, as opposed to the people you're white knighting for, loser. But the next page, you go to the next page, and the fucking chick who didn't.
It just looks like she's going to do bullet time. She's dodging backwards to do bullet time.
She just goes behind the Christmas trees and finds Lightbringer's secret base and costume. Next, the world's first supervillain.
So she becomes the world's first supervillain?
Oh no,
the fucking here's the fucking here's the new villain, and it's the Joker but with no makeup or anything.
This new villain, look at this this cover for issue 4. The new villain is a guy holding up a crystal that refracts light.
Oh shit, and he's controlling.
Oh shit, he's fucking this is the ultimate power.
Baby. The Joker, baby.
The ultimate power, having a prism.
Well, it's his ultimate weakness, of course. The Lightbringer's ultimate weakness
is refracted light.
Oh god.
Oh no, rainbows.
Oh, somebody redrew it. Sense. Somebody redrew that page.
But it's like exactly like side mouth, snout
it's
face.
It's still shitty art, of course. Not very good art. Anyways, and then back to the every time they have like guest art, fan art, it's like, wow, that sucks. And then you go back to the original art, it's like, oh yeah, this is.
I'm not sure what's worse.
It looks like it gets worse every fucking time.
His art is not improving; it's like disimproving.
I told you we'd have a crossover with Dimension Hopping.
People's heads is fucking atrocious. And I'm just fucking clicking past a bunch of this shit. It's a wall of text. Nothing is happening. People talking to each other.
This is a scanned, handwritten fucking note, just so he wouldn't have to draw it in the actual fucking comic.
That's even though he's drawing all this other shit.
Yeah, I'm not even reading this. I just see that fucking. Okay, here's this page. Look at the fucking her head at the fucking.
See, drawing this in MS Paint with a mouse. But yeah, her head is like it's like one of those lemmings from the game.
Yes,
Lemmings.
Her nose, she has like a Lois from Family Guy nose, but it's literally her nose is the size of her entire head now.
It's the size of the entire front of her face.
The bottom of her nose ends at her chin.
How much she manages to say after he says "you're in," before she realizes that he just said "you're in."
You're in, but I thought superheroes were all you can't help because you'd be in danger. Fucking shit. Shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch. And I'm talking to both of them. I'm talking to both of them.
I am the only superhero in the world, bitch.
You fucking bitch.
Listen, bitch.
You fucking nose-headed bitch.
Nose-headed, purple-haired animal.
Yeah, piece of shit. The fucking at the bottom of this same page, though, the phone like looking like it's on its side, and then it's the actual receiver. Just looks like it's a completely different angle from that, but then it's a different angle from the desk.
It's like some MC Escher shit.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure that that's a Nerf gun sitting on the desk.
gun is like a toy gun that fires clown noses because it has just a red circle at the end.
One of those toy flashlight laser guns or some shit. And then he goes out.
Oh yeah,
like a second-story window fires up.
Actually, it's a flare gun.
Yeah, that's the gun, I guess. It looks stupid as hell.
That's not how flare guns work, though.
But he's not firing it from the roof. He's firing it from a fucking
just from a
second-story
window against a fucking
in the middle of the city. What the fuck?
Horizontally.
Yeah, he's not firing it up. He's firing it across the street.
Yeah, it's just gonna hit a window.
The bat signal just got lit.
Did it?
Well, he references Batman.
So Batman exists in this?
You're like Batman with
Batman-
superpowers, so it's a lot less
Fucking
endearing.
Fan art, awful bell bottoms on this broad.
Batman is a relatable character because his parents also got gunned down by muggers in a filthy alley.
It can't. What about Bruce Wayne? It can't be him. He hates bats.
But also, the difference is Bruce Wayne didn't say my parents basically deserved it because of their beliefs.
I've never been so happy. I'm the luckiest man in the world. My parents are dead, but I am a superhero.
My parents brought their deaths on themselves.
My parents are dead, and I am a superhero.
And I can fly.
The city is a fucking cesspit of slavery and rape and
It's
fucking
like every
robbery
kid
and muggings.
would be like, I would fucking, if I could fly, I would trade my parents to be able to fly. If only my parents would die. And this kid finally got it, and he got his wish, and it's a happy ending after all.
He's never been happier.
He's the luckiest superhero in the universe.
So did you really buy a breast enlarger off of eBay?
Is that on this?
Where you're going to have to be more specific if that's actually part of the page somewhere, because I've been
The
just
page
clicking
that I'm
forward.
looking at.
I've just been clicking forward. Okay, let's see. I have
I'm
basically
looking at-
left.
I'm looking at October 6th right now.
Okay, all right, I'm there.
Oh, you know what? That is ahead. Okay. Yeah, did you really buy a breast enlarger off of eBay? What? The bust size of the underage employee. He's hiring. First of all, he's hiring underage employees, so he's hiring child labor for his fucking thing.
Wow, child labor. It's. Didn't we hear something about child labor before in this comic?
But also, he's
What
trying to
was that
breast
again?
expand an underage girl
Child
that works at his
sex slaver.
store.
They're putting together the furniture at his shitty store.
We're partners now, not just co-workers trying to attract some guy question. What? What's the fuck does that even mean? Don't be silly. I wouldn't do that for a guy. My old friend Rose.
I have no idea what this conversation is even about. I'm so out of the loop, but at the same time, it's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what they're talking about. They're apparently trying to. Lightbringer is trying to justify using a breast enlarger on his underage child sex slaves who work at his fucking factory.
I don't know what's happening.
Is it possible that that this girl's breasts changed size while we weren't paying attention because Louis Lovehug is a bad artist and now he's trying to hand wave it?
And this is his attempt?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that might be it?
I don't know.
But why are they mentioning underage employees in context to a breast
and this
enlarger?
text is here to stay. I have a feeling. Did he change the font here?
I can't tell. I don't care enough. I don't even care. I don't know what I'm even looking at.
It is
some
a
of these
different
fucking...
Yeah. The previous page of the comic is still, I think, Comic Sans.
Well, the previous page is fan art.
Of the comic. That's why I said of the comic.
Okay.
There's Comic Sans, and then you go to this one, and the font's
Sans,
different.
I think, and then this is
Blambot or something, probably.
Manga font or some shit. I can't tell. They're
He
about
calls
the
it
same.
text instead of a font, and then he doesn't say what the font is.
We have new text. The new text is here. What the fuck?
And now we see the breast enlargement device itself. Pay attention to the subplot, puny mortals.
Shut up, faggot.
Shut up!
And so he busts in, and it's
What is the
bad
breast
guy.
enlargement device? Is this? There's a little nuclear explosion inside of a building here in like a little offset panel.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's doing there. Something blew up. It's a nuclear explosion. He's causing a tiny nuclear
the
explosion.
The door is supposed to be at an angle, but the fucking front of the building is like it's just straight up.
And he's kneeling on the roof of a building, but he's also tilted forward, like he could fall off.
Straddling the edge of a roof of a building or something.
Yeah,
Doesn't make
he's
any
fucking
sense.
straddling the corner of a roof.
Anyways, he goes in. Here's the bad guy, and they're like, "Oh, they're gonna fight."
He has perfect balance. And here's the bad guy. It's literally just a guy in a bowler cap.
Look at the next page where Lightbringer tries to fire a light beam at the bad guy.
What the
fuck? That's the power of owning a prism.
Oh no.
He doesn't even have the prism out. It's not even fucking... It just goes around the guy. Oh, and then he shoots Lightbringer with, like, blue...
Evil lightning.
Blue and red lightning.
Sith lightning.
Yes.
How in the hell did he? How in the hell did you?
How in the hell?
Wait, yeah, no, stop. Hold on. Fuck, stop. The fucking... The caption is interrupted, and then he says it almost the same thing.
Yes, he is interrupting the narration caption to say the same thing that the narration caption said.
Which doesn't even get completed either because it gets interrupted. Or he just cuts himself off. He just can't comprehend. This guy might have superpowers or something. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, it's not a prism, I guess. He has superpowers, or he has a prism, and this is what prisms can do.
Yes, he just has both. And then the next one just makes a shield that blocks the lightning, though. So it's like, oh, you should have done that first, I guess. But I mean, okay, it's a supervillain. I don't even want to make excuses.
It's a supervillain. The power of the supervillain is he owns a prism, and his prism allows him to do all this shit.
But also now he's upside down, firing light penises or something. He's making dicks made out of
he's just making dicks on the wall.
But then they turn around.
And again, he's trying to machine gun this guy.
Yarg. And then
this guy, Arg Kachow.
What fuck. The cape here looks like it's one of his sleeves, and his arm goes down to his feet.
And the guy is flipping over the back of the guy. It's like, we've never heard of this supervillain, and he's already, like, just showing up Lightbringer, making him look like the biggest ass clown.
Bowler cap.
He just makes it look like he sucks. But, yeah, look at the next one where he's just trying to fly away or something.
He's just gonna fly. He just flies away.
But again, his cape looks like his arm went all long and floppy, and it's going down to his feet. For a second, I thought, "Oh no, he really fucked up here." But the rest of the art still sucks. Anyway, he doesn't
say anything else. There's no fucking shit at the bottom here to explain what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
you would think this would be a good time to fucking explain his artistic process here, since I can barely understand what I'm looking at.
But there's no text underneath this.
We really kind of need some, too. We just don't get any.
It's just painful walls of text here. I've been hit before. Was this guy a ninja? Hannah's calling me on the headset. Just like every one of these fucking dialogue captions is just...
The very last page that was ever done is 19th of September 2012.
So this comic went until long after he was fucking doing the atop the fourth wall shit.
Yeah, this art is actually a lot better, but I could believe I don't know if somebody else different did the art for this page, the final page.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody did. The thing is that
this is actually decent art here, the final page, where nothing is happening and I don't give a fuck.
I was at your wedding. She's married? So what the fuck is...
I mean, there's fucking 6 constant years of this comic.
I guess I wasn't paying that much attention.
Here, I'm going back to where we left off. I'm right here, Carter. Oh no, the fucking villain found out his secret identity. He works at a fucking used...
Yeah, he just followed him. Shop. He followed him to the fucking store. Here's another fan art. Halloween.
You can't hit something that moves outside of Euclidean geometry. Oh, is that what his superpower?
That's a really good explanation for why a completely average woman can't punch the
page for October 27, 2006. Euclidean, you can't hit something. She tries to fucking rush him to punch him. Hannah, I was at
With
your
her
wedding
fist
just
trying
now.
out.
He's trying to get the breast enlarger.
Yeah,
That's what he wants.
That's what this was all about.
Just give it to me, and I won't gouge your
A
eyes out.
breast enlarging
fan
device.
art next.
Why
Fan
do I
art-
get the feeling this is some kind of fetish? This is more of the fetish. This fan art's okay just because it's really simple. It's not trying.
He hands over the breast enlarger.
He's such a failure that this one guy who he can't really seem to fucking attack effectively
Because
he's just like, okay, I give up.
Moves outside of Euclidean geometry.
Euclidean geometry is just fucking nothing compared to me.
To answer your question, Carter, no, I don't intend to give myself larger breasts.
I was asking myself that question though. What the fuck is going on?
Then
it was the only thing I had to hang on to.
He recognizes
he wants
the purple
a breast enlarger.
He actually knows her in real life, though, somehow.
He wants a breast enlarger, and now he has the breast enlarger, but he doesn't want to give himself larger breasts. So the only other thing I can think is that he knows somebody else, maybe a woman, maybe a man, who he wants to give larger breasts, and that is why he has defeated the Lightbringer.
It says here that the breast enlarger is also a deuterium generator.
Does that mean it runs on deuterium or that it generates deuterium?
Is that like the
I
fucking...
don't know.
Is that a reference to Riding with Death where they had deuterium in the fucking radio? So that it would explode once it hit a certain fucking frequency?
It's basically like some kind
it's
of
a power source.
It's some form of hydrogen. I know that.
Who cares?
It's basically like supposed to be.
I can't believe we've gotten this far, and this comic has only made even less sense. Like the thing is, what bearing does it have on the story that he recognizes the purple hair chick, that he knows her in real life?
Yeah, we're skipping a lot of this. It's possible it's explained in a lot of the shit that we didn't read, but I have a feeling that it doesn't matter.
Then he just goes into a portal. I guess
the breast enlarger also kind of looks like the fucking Matrix of Leadership from fucking Transformers.
Yeah, from the Transformers movie. Here's
but less distinct.
Fan art, apparently.
It's harder to define exactly what the fuck it even is.
Next, the
I can't
gentleman
tell.
walks at midnight.
So it's a breast enlarger, but it also makes starship fuel.
The Lightbringer.
He's a murderer and a thief, no better than any of the common criminals I deal with on a nightly basis. His powers are just like a gun, his powers are just like a gun or a knife.
Here's the beginning of chapter 5, and it just goes to a completely different story. Apparently,
that's a good move. That's a smart move. Time to abandon that story.
Yeah,
because
and you know what? Maybe we should too. Because here I'm just skimming this even more, and it's like guy in a fucking suit and a top hat just shows up.
It's probably going to be another villain it's going to be another villain that utterly defeats Lightbringer.
The first panel of November 6th really sums it up, though.
November 6th, I went past that.
Yeah, I went past it too. Here, wait.
Okay. Although this is like one of the first pages that is more than one panel.
His head is just straight up a triangle. Just drawing the guy's head.
It's an upside down triangle.
Upside
what
down.
What in the heck just happened? Whoa, language there, Hannah. I don't really know, Hannah. But this whole thing has left me with this feeling in the back of my head. This whole thing, well, it's left me with this feeling in the back of my head. And whatever just happened, whatever the smiling man was and what he was after, it's bigger than you and me. And it's the same 3 panels, but there's a time lapse of graffiti of a fish being spray painted, but with nobody there to spray paint it.
Just manifests.
Yeah.
Just manifests out of the ether. Manifesting really simplistic fucking graffiti.
And then again, fucking go.
There's no other way to look at that.
We'll
that's
probably leave on this one, but the next one is like, the dapper gentleman shows up with the suit and top hat, and he hypnotizes a girl here, I guess, and then uses that to stab her. He's like, he uses his evil powers of hypnotization to just stab
but not very
her at the
deep.
end.
not very deep. It's like a half an inch stab wound.
Yes.
Just enough to draw blood.
Just a little poke.
It's not in any place. It's like right in the rib cage too. So it would basically it would be painful. That's all that it's doing.
And then, of course, where we really wanted to go this whole time was back to the furniture store.
I guess that was gentlemanly behavior. Inked in. You can help send a message. Inked in blood. Well, I guess that's a good way to get blood, is just by leaving an extremely superficial stab wound to draw the blood.
Good job.
Yeah, we're going back to the fucking carpet store.
Oh no!
I can't get over that.
Go with this fucking page where he's
Remember when I said
again, and he says, "Well, thanks for making the microphone smaller." So now he doesn't have to draw it anymore, and as explained, it's because it's smaller.
And he sees a stick figure leaning out the window.
Yes,
canonical.
They're going to do stick fights. Oh no!
Wait, remember when I said I'd have to make Hannah 18 so I wouldn't feel guilty? Well, here you go. Who cares?
Is that for this page?
Is she going to get raped? Is she facing down tons of rapes?
Oh, remember when I'd said I have to make Hannah 18 so I won't feel guilty?
Yeah.
So holy shit. Yeah, he just fucking made her fucking... The new hair makes her look younger now.
Yeah, it's the info for November 15.
Yeah, but he's trying to act like the new hair makes her look younger. She doesn't look like anything. She looks like a fucking deformed blob.
I don't see new hair either. It looks almost exactly like the old hair.
Yeah, it's still purple. You just drew some scribbles on top of
but
a
this
fucking
one is
head.
17 November 17 is literally a stick figure standing on the fucking edge of a window.
Yes.
And they're about to jump, they're about to push off so they can fly into the air, and he's shooting them.
And now
let's hope this isn't a suicide.
There's another fan art, and then the next
it's
page
a new
is
superhero. She has the power to transform into a stick figure.
The fucking the next page after that, she turns into a stick figure again when she bounces off of the light fucking thing.
She seems to be really happy. She's extremely happy, but she looks drunk or on drugs or something.
Oh, she says, I don't mind. I'm Iris Kellett with the Pharaoh's Guardian. Is this a good time for an interview? He should just drop her. That would be funny. That'd actually be funny if he's just like, you're doing this to get an interview, and then he just flies off, and they're both mad.
Basically, a horrendous, instantaneous, painful, possibly very painful death, so just to get his attention. I don't know how she knew he was there. Then again, it's very possible she knew, and we're skipping past it so fucking fast.
What if he
do not give a shit.
In confusion. Anyways, also, I realize in this one, Lightbringer comes off as a bit of a jerk. As opposed to
in this one?
The rest of the fucking pages.
Is it in this one he comes off as a bit of a jerk? Why doesn't he have an earpiece at least? At least just some kind of earpiece.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't want to draw it, so he just had that first panel where he's like, "Thanks for making it smaller. Now I don't have to draw
it's like now you can't see anything at all. He at least could have fucking drawn an earpiece. Something.
He didn't want to.
We have things like that nowadays. Just attaches to the ear. Ozymandias is the greatest example, though. Why is that? Hubris and shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. We wouldn't even be talking about this anymore if it wasn't for the fact that we wanted to try. I want to try. I cannot stand this, though.
Watchmen is a story about how not to be a superhero.
Whoa.
Oh, have you ever heard about that? He's talking in universe about the comic book Watchmen.
Yeah.
In universe.
For the insight.
Anyways, and we need a wall of text.
I'm this far in. It's just this other villain, I guess. So the villain from the previous one is just completely dumped. He got a breast enlarger and left.
That was all he wanted.
He defeated Lightbringer, got a breast enlarger that makes starship fuel, and then he just vanishes from the universe. Look at this, though. What is this? November 24, 2006. The fucking word bubbles in the fucking third panel here.
Oh.
It's just going up and down, up and down. It's linked.
They're actually going up, down, back, down. It's like a Konami code of fucking word bubble placement.
Well, I mean, at the very least, it's connected in a way so that you can read it, but it just makes it so the whole thing is just a wall of text in word bubbles, so it doesn't look like it's a wall of text, but it's a wall of text.
And it's also completely out of order.
Plus, it's a blog post, though. It's clearly just a blog post of Linkara's thoughts about fucking Watchmen. It was clearly better that it was obvious right here. This makes it obvious. This panel makes it obvious. He would rather just be a guy who writes blog posts about comic books than actually make comics.
About fucking cape shit. He's spray painting his hair blonde. The motherfucker.
This stupid asshole is spray painting his fucking head. You can't do that.
All I can think of, and this next one's more fan art, and his hair looks like it's glowing. But no, you got to remember, he's spray painting his hair blonde.
Yeah, he's not. His hair's not glowing. It's not part of his power. We've barely even seen him use his power. I think we've seen him 3 times. 2 was to make a trampoline. The other was to go through a filing cabinet. And the rest of the time, he just shoots beams.
Once more to fight a guy that he lost to because he was holding a prism.
It's fucking really sad.
Fuck this comic.
Anyways, yeah.
So anyway, I hypnotized her Lightbringer just like I'm doing to you.
And then he shoots a laser beam that blasts this girl's bikini top right off.
Blows right through her tits sideways, so it gets both of them. It's sort of like in the in Crank 2 when they have a shootout in the strip club and some chick's tits gets shot across and they both just deflate because they're fucking implants.
It's great. That's the thing, is that's a comedy. It's like, if this is a comedy, it's extremely unfunny and it's hard to fucking read.
No,
if it's not stupid. A comedy, it's even worse.
It takes my beam 299,792,458th of a second to reach his knife and deflect it. And somehow within that amount of time, he manages to reach the prostitute and grab her with a box cutter to her neck.
So this guy can move like faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, that's like faster than the speed of light. How did he count? Did he count every single fucking fraction of a second?
I think he's just going by the speed of light, but then the bad guy still gets away. Oh, fan art of the bad guy. This is one of the dumbest villains ever, too, because he just hypnotizes people and then stabs them. That's his whole secret plan. I mean, I don't really give a shit what his fucking plan is, but clearly he's fucking he has no powers, I don't think, but he's still completely outclassed the Lightbringer.
Yeah, once again. Holy fuck. I was wondering earlier, while I was trying to finish up the final draft, this last go-through should be my final draft of my comic. And I was like, is there still too much dialogue or not enough dialogue? And I look at that and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm already better than this.
This guy says, I have lived for over 400 years. It's December 8, I think. Yeah, December 8. You arrogant child, I've lived for over 400 years. The first time I've met with such brashness. It's like, this guy lives in the city and he's 400 years old and Linkara is the fucking, or Lightbringer is the first fucking superhero?
Is he a vampire then, or what the fuck?
I don't know. Well, the fucking lady fucking
Lightbringer can't beat him.
I love this look of the nose that just curves down all the way to the neck.
Yeah, this is brutal. But also that Lightbringer cannot defeat this guy with his own powers because the guy also has red light coming out of his cane. But he is then defeated by the fucking lady he took hostage getting hit over the head with a vacuum cleaner or some shit. With a camcorder.
He sucks. Breast enlarger.
He sucks so bad.
The breast enlarger. That should be the name of the next superhero. Oh shit! And
Don't
then
talk
the
about
fucking-
me, you son
let's
of a.
see,
He's
this
so
ends with
rad.
a tease of a fucking another comic. Some
He's
more fan
completely,
art.
absolutely rad.
He's the one who is rap. Anyways, you know, there I get. This is what like interlude or how to deal with
I
blackmail.
can't stomach this shit anymore. Quite simply, it's been just as another villain was this, and there he is, the emissary of light. How graceful, how angelic, how deceptive. Okay, he's deceptive too. Somehow, I missed that. Make peace with whatever god you believe in, Lightbringer for the darkness. He's you right, and he's got a scary.
The fucking the Darkbringer, the ultimate bad guy, the ultimate foil for the Lightbringer, is being introduced here. The Darkbringer.
And he's got a belt buckle.
The Darkbringer will make you pay for tricking the world with your light.
And he's got an absolutely adorable skull belt buckle.
Yeah,
it's just adorable.
Cute.
And a necktie.
Yes, a fucking
long,
he wears a tie.
skinny necktie. It's very, very classy. And he's got shoulder pads. He's got shoulder pads, including an extra shoulder pad belted around his upper arm.
He has double shoulder pads. He has quad shoulder pads.
And it's a knee-length vest. He's got a knee-length vest.
It's a fucking vest, and it goes down to his fucking knees.
With lapels. They go down to almost touching his kneecaps.
I would expect nothing else from the Darkbringer.
The Darkbringer. Oh, this next page. Oh, no, we have to see the next page. It's just the next page about the store.
This is, I don't know, the Triangle Heads. Hello, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood author in my forum appearance. Is this where he's sucking guys' dicks?
This is him. This is Lewis Lovehog.
Is this
Here, Oni Linkara. I'm going to Oni Linkara so I can watch the Trump versus and the Linkara animated thinking and talking about Oni plays. I'm going to the fucking video. I'll fucking watch it after we're done here.
Watch that after that's the only thing I could do. I would play it, but it's like other people's stuff. I would just
interlude or fucking. I'm still just clicking for. I'm trying not to vomit while I'm fucking reading this. I'm still clicking forward. Interlude or how to deal with blackmail.
Yeah.
December 25th. Oh, it's a fucking Christmas special.
He put this out on Christmas. Imagine putting this out. It's 2006 Christmas. Things still are kind of nice in the world.
Instead of spending Christmas with his family, he fucking released this page about Lightbringer. Seasonal comforts.
Oh, here I just skipped ahead enough so that here, chapter 6, the Lightbringer, but on the cover is the Darkbringer, but he's tilted to the right here because
let there be darkness.
Let there be darkness.
And again, that just adorable little skull belt buckle with red eyes.
It is really nice looking. Here, they're fucking going ahead another page or two. And again, the way he draws these snouts, where the tip of the nose curves all the way down to their neck. It just doesn't make any sense.
Nose.
Like, it's a level of laziness that even anime artists wouldn't do.
But this other character, the fucking Carter Granholm character, doesn't have that, and it's like...
Yeah, it's kind of
going
weird.
on?
The girls have that. See, the girl, he's the fucking girl with the purple hair again.
He also doesn't have the top half of his head.
Yes, no. It's fucking half a skull.
Wait, this next one, fucking 2007, January 8th, the second panel, she's just straight up a Cyclops. She's fucking, her head is like... fucking 3 inches wide, and she just has one eyeball.
Like a fucking Terminator.
It's great. It actually looks great, where she's just talking. What the heck's eating her? She thinks we're having a relationship, but just fucking again. It's just one eyeball, a nose, and a mouth, and then one ear. But her head is not wide enough for her to have another eye or anything. It's just fucking. It's like the art still manages to find ways to get worse after all this time.
The art is getting worse somehow.
Mysterious eclipse in St. Paul.
Oh no, I guess that's bad.
Pharaoh
City
Keeper.
Darkened. Who could it be? I think I know who. The Darkbringer. Oh, you know what? The fish graffiti is at the top of the newspaper. Maybe that's a hint. Oh,
Whoa.
shit. I bet this all ties together. I bet there's some
I guess
stunning plot developments. That come
The
from all
fucking
this.
newspaper fucking people.
Flying people. Baseball scores.
What was this? Black tentacles just fucking pop out of the fucking wall. They break it down the wall.
Wait, is that what?
Lightbringer's
Did you skip?
flying
Are you
around.
still going ahead or something?
They're just skipping ahead.
Oh yeah. And then
I'm trying to find something that isn't a wall
of text. To fan art, it's like, what the fuck? You just...
There's such a giant fucking amount of text in every single fucking. I spent the night tossing and he's like fighting a fucking dark energy blast. I spent the night tossing and turning to nightmares of my parents telling me I had betrayed them. I spent an eternity conversing with the darkness, learning his will and his way. My lead told me. It just keeps going, and it doesn't.
Special cameo appearance by Cassandra Sinclair from Anonymous' excellent comic, The Watch.
The Watch is like Watchmen, but without the men.
But just watch.
It's just a watch.
I have a feeling we're several pages ahead of you at this point.
Yeah, hold on. You might have gone past me, or I might still be beyond you. I'm just beyond you.
He was doing this every other day, which is like, you know, maybe if you did it every third day, you could have afforded to make the fucking art slightly better or something. The Darkbringer.
Oh, 3 times a week now, huh?
Yeah, oh boy.
Updating more often, but what about his Voltage Vengers fucking retrospective?
He had to fucking go light on the Voltage Vengers, I guess. Anyways, alright, yeah, we got way further than I ever thought we would, but we also kind of stopped reading fucking
I don't know where you are or where you were.
I'm at January 24th right now.
Okay, no, I'm beyond you.
Yeah,
I don't know where that fucking
I'm just
fan art
stopping
is.
here.
I don't know if I care.
We gave this way more attention than it even deserved. This is fucking... I didn't want to say it's worse than I thought, because I remember we fucking, for fun, would read the first couple of chapters and laugh at it, but...
With the mustache twirling, and makes sense. Mustache twirling? Ah, I see. You think I'm the evil one. When I speak of darkness, I talk metaphorically. You think that because I've inconvenienced a few restaurant patrons that I'm an evil being.
But
it is you who give
hair
people
and a black costume.
I wonder if he spray paints his hair black.
It's entirely possible, considering that Lightbringer
and he's got to rinse it out.
Paints his hair fucking yellow.
He's got to rinse it out every single time that he turns into his fucking alter ego.
They're having a metaphoric or a fucking philosophical conversation here, though. It's like the bad guy's like,
what is really
don't
the
you
nature
see,
of
actually, you are the bad one. And
you
Lightbringer's going to be like, no, gotta be. It's just fucking stupid.
It just goes on and fucking on. I don't see where the fucking fan art was. Here's fucking fan art of Gothia from American Gothic fame. And it's just Lightbringer?
Yeah,
or unless you're talking about the person who works on American Gothic or something.
The way he draws the top of the head perfectly flat. I'm at January 29th. The top of the head is completely flat, and the fucking he just curves the fucking sides of the head downward generally. It's like, oh, he's evil because he's bad and he's
they're flat heads. Like that, what is that stuff called? Where it's like the babies that are born with like no actual brain.
I don't know. There's all sorts of things. There's
it's like microcephaly.
Yeah, there's microcephaly, and then there's fucking there's all sorts of deformities that babies.
That's what these fucking characters look like,
and that's what they're written like too. Of course.
Yeah, it's written by someone like that.
Who actually has it. Anyways, yeah.
Where is the fan art? I'm trying to find this wonderful fan art. Which page was that?
I don't know. I'm just fucking. I think we should just wrap up. It's about.
I didn't see anything from another character. I don't see anything from any other characters. Now I'm going insane. I've gone insane.
How much more can I take? I've gone insane. Anyways. this is a good place to wrap up, just because it's like, why even read anymore? Who needs to know that much more about Lightbringer? It's funny because it's at this point I've skimmed so much, it costs nothing to just keep skimming, and oh no, he's punching, but there's much. Holy shit! There's more text on the fucking page, and then there's more text underneath it of him trying to explain and make excuses.
Yeah, I'm reposting the link to the fucking Linkara animated thinking and talking about owning plays. It's great that that's the name of the fucking. That is the name of the fucking thing. No, it's the fucking dearest Linkara. Have you seen the owning play? That's the great thing is like the fucking guy reading this for him is like, have you seen the one plays? And immediately Linkara is like, Oni plays. He knows
he's
exactly.
Like instantly mad. Fucking. Darkbringer is casting shadows at Lightbringer to fight him, and then uses a fucking like a dagger made out of darkness to stab him. He's like, oh fucking, what's going on? Oh no, fucking, I just skipped together.
Wonderful fan art of it. This is the fucking
and
Christmas
here's
tree.
Linkara next. Lewis and Lightbringer against the Darkbringer. Lightbringer gets stabbed and thrown off a building, and he gets caught by Linkara. Lewis Lovehog. Holy shit, though. I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to get through it, and it's fan art. Next. Fan art, holy shit. Finally, Chapter 7, The Lightbringer. And
it's fan art, but these are all such radically different styles. The character doesn't look the same in any of them.
No angels are going to save us. Are you an angel? Nah, but I play one on TV.
Ugh.
Let me loose and live and shit. He goes all fucking, I love alliteration. Lovely. Let me loosen lips. And the guy, fucking Lightbringer, asks him, Linkara fucking Lewis Lovehog, who he is. And he says, lovely. Let me loosen lips and light the lamp of legend. This locus of leaps and lacerations. I can't even fucking
It's
continue.
So cringe.
Yes.
Super cool. While I didn't like most of the changes made to the movie version of V for Vendetta, I love the opening monologue he gave to Evie, including the funny
gayest
line
part of one of the gayest parts of all fucking movies.
And that was a gay fucking movie, asking a man in a mask who he is so much I had to homage it. Here, you'd be surprised how bloody hard it is to find so many L words. Yeah, it's almost like you shouldn't do it. Don't bother.
Yeah, and he's not good at it. It wasn't good in the movie, but he's not good at it in this either. My name's Lewis. I have.
Oh, it gets worse then. Translated, Lewis's dialogue is, let me speak and tell a legendary story. This place of jumping and wounds keeps good guys fighting bad guys. He translates this fucking screed into another screed
into another pretentious gay-looking screed, and then you go to the next page. They team up, and he's like, "Oh, I know."
It's 28th of February. In case anyone's out there who wants to see this for themselves.
Well, this next page is the 1st of March. My name's Loris, and I have superpowers, and I know a lot about the douchebag.
He has to ask him again who he is.
Yeah,
and he finally. But he still has to say.
He re-answers the same question that he already answered and asked. And you can tell that this fucking panels 2 and 3 here are literally copy-pasted art that he just fucking slid slightly. He drew a fucking beam going down between.
He narrowed it a bit.
But then
look at all those fucking stick figures at the bottom.
Yeah, this is what I really wanted to look at. This is what I actually want to end on, is the hero pose of them, but it shows a little tiny mass of about 20 stick figures gathered in like a fucking.
This is a giant street too. This is like a 30-lane highway.
Yeah, and
with
then
buildings around it.
Just going over maybe 10% of the total street at the ground level because you can tell he was like, okay, I'm not even going to fucking draw any more stick figures or even copy and paste these current stick figures anymore. Which
he's also
but
he's using the line tool for these for the sidewalks and the buildings too.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That would save him some time. But the scale is so fucking off.
It's just
so
completely
fucking
botched.
shitty looking. At the time of this writing, this page is my absolute favorite so far.
Wow.
I love the poses I got them in for the last panel, and the expressions on their faces are awesome. A strong, confident smile for both. Plus, I love how the shading, highlighting turned out. Okay, no. Yeah, we have an actual artist in here with us. What do you think of the shading and highlighting? Nice mod.
It's shit.
Oh no! Personally, I'm not an artist. I don't see any shading.
No, well, on this last, there's some shading, slightly. It looks more like the burn and dodge tool, actually.
Little bit of burn and dodge tool there. I also noticed that they're very blurry.
Yeah,
but the background
the
is not.
Tool looks blurrier,
which
the
makes
background
it
is clear.
Look like they're out of focus.
It makes it look like he zoomed in a smaller drawing.
Yeah.
Except for the faces. This looks like.
Their faces are perfectly distinct, and then the background is distinct, and then their fucking bodies are blurry.
Yeah, either he used a different pen tool, or he took a smaller drawing and zoomed it up to be bigger.
And yeah, this guy has fucking like cyber armor and angel wings, but he doesn't have knees.
That's Linkara. That's Louis Lovehog.
Why is he calling himself Louis then? First off,
that's his real name, Louis Lovehog.
And secondly, what are his powers? He apparently healed.
His powers are to go atop the fourth wall where bad comics burn and teach you all a lesson you won't learn.
Why won't we learn that?
I don't know. I'm not sure why. That never made sense in the theme song. I never understood why it was a lesson we won't learn.
I guess he's not teaching us a lesson then.
Yeah,
we won't learn it.
He's not teaching anything. In fact, if anything, he has a much better lesson to teach that we will learn. It's to not make comics like this.
Oh, maybe he's a bad teacher.
He's just a bad teacher.
I want you to look at March 3rd.
Well, one thing first, also, that panel with the little fucking stick figures where it's them teaming up, you can tell also Linkara drew himself with his legs tucked up in the last panel, so he wouldn't have to draw the rest of his legs.
It's very Liefeldian.
Yes.
Fucking
March
technique.
3rd, though?
Yeah, just in case his name being Louis.
What was the other thing though that Oni
enough.
plays? Oni plays was like talking about the theme song. It's like at first the song actually sounds like a real song, and then the fucking singing starts, and it's like, oh, this sounds dumb.
Yeah, anyways, this is the thing. I saw this, I think, in the Mr. Medicare video about Linkara, because it was about that guy with the glasses. And this shows that they both go up there, and Darkbringer actually points out Linkara, and he goes, "That's me." It's just the gayest kind of introduction.
Yeah, it's so douche chilling.
Yeah, he comes off like a total queer.
And he lowers a mask, and then he says, "I can make myself look a little different based on who's viewing me." How? What the fuck? Is it magic?
Who gives a
shit? Is it technology?
Does he have a magic gun? Where's the magic gun? Where's the fucking...
Oh man, the magic gun. Where did he purchase that? Nothing too major, but minor alterations to the armor are a cinch. And it's like, huh?
Yeah, what? A cinch? Yeah, he spelled cinch wrong, I think.
But did you just say?
Then he gets back up, and the eye mask thing is gone.
It's already gone. But no, that's from our perspective. The fucking bad guy sees him with the mask.
Whoa.
It's just that you don't see it anymore. Makes perfect sense if you think about it.
I would love to draw a superhero comic and just put myself in this comic as the superhero's sidekick.
But where I say
as a sidekick of a superhero who is already your self-insert to begin with.
Yeah, that's the thing. Carter Granholm was obviously still supposed to be fucking Louis Lovehog, but
and then I would also make sure
himself in.
I would make sure to draw myself so that I didn't apparently have any brain. Just
Yeah,
a
so my
flat,
head
just
looks like
completely
it's
flat top. It's actually almost impressive how straight of a line that is over the top of his head.
Yeah, it's the most straightest flat line. It's
I would-
like he did that freehand. He didn't have to use the line tool there. It's actually impressive.
I would
how
have to
flat
use
the
a
tops of their heads
ruler
are.
in order to get a line that straight freehand.
Yeah.
But no, he doesn't do that. All he needs to do is just draw the top of somebody's head. And he could do it freehand.
Yeah, that's how he should draw the buildings. Is just imagine he's drawing like the buildings in the streets. It's like just imagine you're drawing the top of Lightbringer's head.
Just imagine you're trying to draw somebody's skull, but they don't have a brain.
Well, he could do that easily.
Okay, we were going to leave off. We were going to leave off 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're almost an hour into this. This should be the last part. We should just fucking end on Darkbringer going Linkara. So yeah,
I can't wait to. I want to know what happens next. Oh no, I just closed the page. I closed the page. We're not going to find out what was going to happen next. Instead, have you seen the Oni Plays fan-made game where you are in it? No.
No, because I don't want to think about or talk about Oni Plays.
He refuses to think about or talk about Oni Plays, which he then
Who's
goes
Oni
on.
Plays? Well, let me think and talk about it in great detail now.
About how so screw him. The video ends with him just being like, so screw him, and it's like all he does is do an impersonation. And apparently, there's a video game where they put in Linkara.
Yes.
Try with the impersonation.
Linkara is the final boss of the Oni Plays fan game.
I do wonder what that's like. Apparently, Linkara knows intimately all about it.
Here, we'll wrap up with that. Thanks to Nice Mod. Thanks to all of our Subscribe Star backers for donating.
I want to do
us money.
Yeah, we gotta mention the Subscribe Scar. But I wanted to try and get Nice Mod back so we could maybe do a script reading of my comic.
Yeah, ideally in the future, something like that. We'll think about it.
It might be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Like, share, comment. Thanks for give us money. Become pay pigs on the Subscribe Star and all that shit.
Donate. Give us money. Fuck you. Pay me.
Yeah. And should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.
So screw him.